Hello everyone and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt. Never mind what you just saw there. I certainly wasn't messing around with the wrong buttons. And welcome to the sushi belt. It's going to continue to grow today. That's what we're anticipating. We are beginning to make my rocket fuel, so that's very, very cool. In fact, let's make it a little bit better than that. And we are probably still having power problems, so part of that could be because we cut down coal for a while. Part of it could be because we haven't really expanded the solar panels for a while. I think ultimately the problem lies with everyone, including the viewers. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way. I'm a little disappointed in you personally. No, I'm just kidding. It's not your fault. Not sure why it would be your fault. But we will add a few more solar panels and maybe that'll improve the situation just a tad. That'll probably be good. And I think we've got a few cells that can take solar panels, so we should just add those into there. Because I mean, we've made a bunch of cells over that way to branch that copper across. Yeah, I don't think we want to go too heavy into this, but we do want to maybe chuck down a cell or two of power. Also thinking maybe another cell of what's it called? That stuff that makes engines. Engines! Doesn't really make engines, it is engines, there's a difference. Okay, but that's going to generate a little bit more power during the daytime. Which currently we are in the middle of night, so that's not great. That's okay. Once coal sort of gets its shit together, I think we will see some remarkable changes. That's the hope. That's my personal hope for all of us. But yeah, how common is it the power just shuts down on a base like this? It shouldn't be common, and yet it is. Some would say it's due to poor design decisions. And I'd ask them, what design decisions? Are you talking about making a giant sushi base? And they'd be like, yes, that's probably the problem, isn't it? Probably is. That's alright. Power's coming back online. It is funny when power comes back online, so does Steam. At least for a short time until everything sort of craps out again. But we are doing our best to get Steam going. And hopefully... I don't know, maybe we do need to turn coal on again. Maybe if we just reduce the amount of coal we'll be producing, that'll help. And again, this area is, I was about to say absolutely full of coal, but it's really not. We do have the solid fuel, the boilers being able to take the solid fuel. Welcome, Velda. Good to see you here. How are you doing? Yeah, the power is very, very shaky. And maybe some more solar panels will help that. At least alleviate it for the daytime, and then that'll allow it to build up its power over the night. Which, I've played enough Castlevania games to know that you want to really build up your power against the night. I haven't really played a lot of Castlevania games, just want to make that clear very, very quickly. But I understand you still want to build up your power against the night. Look, I mean, I'm doing fine. I wasn't too happy about the work we're starting today, but it's fine. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta eat. You gotta live. I've heard those are all like really cool things that the cool kids are doing these days, eating and living. So I thought, you know what? Try my hand at that. That's not connected to anything. I don't like that. There we go. Get those blue circuits out in the line. Yeah, I don't know. I was quite distressed today about the work week starting. I don't know why. I don't particularly hate my job. I was just wasn't having it today, you know? I think it happens sometimes. You just go, can't do it. But you have to, right? Doesn't matter whether you can or can't, you have to do it. you know, feeling a little bit of melancholy about the whole thing, and then Panda was like, well, okay, if you feel like that, do you not want to stream today? I'm like, well, no, I do want to stream. Absolute highlight of my day. So maybe I just didn't want to work. Maybe work was the issue, not life. Because I love streaming. It's like video games and chatting at the same time. Which, you know, is good. I like both of those things. So I'm beginning to see a lot more blue circuits spinning around the belt, which is nice. And I'm not seeing a lot of reds. So I guess that's another thing we need to make very soon. And where would we make them? Probably down there. I think down here is good. It's out of the way of everything. Now hopefully we're going to start making rocket control units very, very soon. That would be ideal. Oh, you know what? There's a perfect space for it right there. No, I want to go further down there, like maybe even right there, which again, perfect space for it. So let's just grab a thing. Yeah, the rules, grab a thing, make a thing. Look, if I could be a professional streamer, I absolutely would. Wouldn't have the money to live. And therein would lie the problem. I think is probably a lot of people's response to why they don't do such things. Alright, so that's going to make some red circuits, or circs, as they like to be known as. They don't actually like to be called circs, but I don't really care. Maybe they do. Maybe someone likes to be called a circ. I don't know. Who am I to judge, right? And that'll take plastic and circuits, green circs, as they're commonly known as, of course. We are going to need more coal coming through for the plastic, but hopefully that's being resolved. How are we going with coal, actually? What I'm wondering is coal production equivalent to the consumption? And the answer in the last, you know, while is no, so I don't think we need to change coal just yet. As solar panels go down, I can see the accumulators are just absolutely running out of charge. Not much I can do about that. It's always bad when the accumulators are taking more power than the steam engines. So, that's bad. That's bad times. Could do with like maybe another line of accumulators. Maybe that would help. Or maybe it wouldn't. I don't really know. Can't imagine it would hurt. And we are still trying to manufacture these. I don't know how many of those we need, so we're going to tone it down a notch. And the next thing we will be building is, in fact, why not the thing we're building currently? Because we've got the purples. Oh yeah, it's probably going to kill power completely. Well, Steam hasn't died completely, so that's cool. Look at it go. Steam, it's trying. Not exactly encouraging that line though. Steam is trying not to fail. And sometimes that's the best you can do in life. Never mind, Steam failed. But it lasted for like most of the way through the night. Yeah, we need more accumulators. I don't know if that's really going to help, but we'll do another array of them. And hope that it does help somewhere. I'm not there. You know what that should probably do? Oh, I see why that wasn't working. Because someone didn't connect that quite right. Okay. As someone as usual as me. That's alright. So connect that all up together and we will have a new bank of accumulators to hopefully charge up. We'll see though. When the solar panel hits full, maybe we get some power that lasts a little bit further throughout the day. And look, since we're doing a lot of solar panels right now, let's chuck another one of these down. We were out of solar panels though, which is both good and bad. It's good because that means we're using solar panels. It's bad because we really need more of them. But that's okay. We'll get some more solar panels and we'll see what we can do. At least speed is proceeding. I remember solar panels are around here somewhere. Yes, they are. Good. I mean, it's an extra, like, megawatt of power, which isn't actually that much, but hopefully it helps. Not even a full megawatt since we've already built some of it already. That's okay. And look, let's build one more of these, I think. Just because we can. And because when you get an energy crisis, you gotta deal with it. Because having no power is not good enough for anyone. I really enjoy... So for those who weren't here yesterday or aren't paying attention to other things I do on Twitch, I played 4 hours of Hollow Knight the other day, or yesterday, which will be going up on YouTube, or it'll probably be there already by the time you're watching this. Yeah, so we started doing a Hollow Knight playthrough, and it was good. We got, you know, a decent amount in 4 hours. So if that's something you're wanting to watch, I mean, check that out, because, you know, it's Hollow Knight, and Hollow Knight's a good game. That's why you should check it out, not necessarily because any other reason, just because Hollow Knight's a good game. That's reason enough if you ask me. Okay, we are starting to... Never mind. I was about to say we're starting to generate power for the accumulators. In fact, we are now. Good. It would go better if the steam engines lasted a little bit longer, but really all the accumulators are doing is just giving us that little bit of extra boost in the middle. Which, you know, I can't say I'm complaining about. It's good to have that little bit of boost in the middle. A bit more steel is required, it would seem. We've got no iron over here. Maybe a little bit of iron ore, but certainly not enough to, you know, write home about. Science is going well. That's very good. Why am I going speed modules first? I didn't even need speed modules first. I need production modules. That's fine. And these are being produced, so I'm happy to see blue chips being being created, green chips being consumed. It's everything that you personally want to see in your day-to-day life. Okay, and speaking of your day-to-day life, I think we do need to construct more solid fuel bricks. I thought we had enough, but given how badly coal is going, I don't necessarily agree with that anymore. And more solid fuel bricks are probably going to be useful throughout the factory. So you know what they say, just let them go. Let them explore their lives. Let them be happy. But I'm not seeing a lot of purple science floating around, so maybe we build another purple science lab. It would be a strategy. What is this short on? Red chips. Yeah, we do need to build more red chips, I suppose, don't we? That's fine. Where do we build another purple science lab? Maybe up here? Maybe up here. Yeah, it looks good. And maybe grab some red belts to make up for the lack of yellow belts. Does take more production, of course, but that's okay. Oh, actually, no, the better idea would be to build purple on the left-hand side of the base. Maybe we also build a science facility over there. That might be good. We never have too many science facilities. I mean, you can, of course. It's foolish to say you can't have enough of them. And power's run out again. That's okay. No, it's not okay, actually. I thought it was okay. I thought it survived most of the night, but not really. It didn't. I was just being optimistic. Truly one of my greater flaws. Excuse me. Truly one of my flaws is to be optimistic. I should stop doing that whenever possible. Yeah, we just don't have coal on this side. That's the problem. We could build north a little bit to get more coal on that side. And I don't particularly hate that idea either, so maybe I will do that. That's about the limitations for me, like, being okay with something. I don't hate the idea, so I'll do it. Like a really low entry bar there. But we'll let this build first and then we'll see what we can do. Shouldn't take too long to assemble this. I mean, it'd be faster if I assisted. Yeah, just do with the belts. The belts are the easy part. But it all sort of gets assembled together, it all gets put up nicely, and then we get to live our lives. Once the robots get around to it. Which they'll get around to it, I trust in the robots, despite how lazy they are. I'm just being mean to the robots again, don't mind me. And of course nothing will build until those corner belts get assembled. But that'll be happening any moment now. There we go, looking good. Very proud. Ooh. I forgot about connecting these things. Don the mask! Absolutely, Wes, I can do that for you. We can absolutely wear the mask. The mask has been put on. Meow. I am a cat. As is the noble tradition of my people. Not that noble a tradition, just to be clear. Noble enough. Interesting. Oh, that's not connected, I see. Okay, that's fine. We connect that, and we should be all good. To make purple science in a slightly different place. Presuming, of course, we can get the resources, which is probably the real trick. There is some iron up there as well, so maybe that might be valuable to mine through, because we are trying to create as much iron as possible right now. But we do have too much copper. Now, to be fair, this is because that's near the copper side of the line, So I guess if we looked over here, probably too much iron. Yeah, that's about how it works. So in the middle, just everything sort of works. And you just build outwards until that makes sense. Yeah, that makes logical sense, I suppose. What are we lacking here? We are lacking low densities. Interesting. Suppose we would, we? Suppose we could build more low densities. Wouldn't hurt. Hang on, didn't you already resub? You resubbed the other day, didn't you? I remember seeing you resub. And by the other day, I mean literally yesterday. And I thank you very much for that. Okay, so that's going to consume more copper, which is quite honestly probably a good thing to do at this side. Just get a whole bunch of copper out of the line. Of course, until it gets plastic and steel out, it's not really going to do much, but that's okay. Get something out of the way. And maybe some steel or plastic will come by when it feels like it. If it ever feels like it. I don't know if it will, but it's up to itself. It can do what it wants to do. But yeah, there's a lot of copper up this way, which the delays make me think that it should be able to pass back down here easier. Which I don't really know if it's doing, but that's okay. It'll figure itself out. And now I think what I want to do is start building towards that coal up above. So we are just going to do single cells upwards. I refuse to use the long boys. I feel like they get me in a lot of trouble. There's the coal. I couldn't see it because the mask makes everything so dark. There we go. Now there's no way in here I've got enough belts to do this, but that's alright. You know, as long as you get something done, it's progress. Oops. As long as you don't take out those things that you need, it's also progress. It's good to get the base slowly running. All this copper, though, it needs to be dealt with. I feel like this area of the base, because we can have iron and copper, hell, even oil is not far away, we could probably do something with that. Just as a thought. How valid is that thought? I don't know. But I can't imagine it's bad. Or at least I can't imagine it's the worst. And sometimes that'll have to be enough. Right? So that all gets built up. We are not our power lines, it just doesn't want to build that last one. Oh no, it did. Never mind. Everything is well. During nighttime, does our power still crap out completely? No, it seems to be sort of surviving with the accumulators, which is nice. Gosh, this mask makes everything dark. I'm not complaining, it's just it does make everything very hard to see. Alright, you know what? I think we've had enough mask time, so we're going to take off the mask. Mask is off to the side. Oh goodness, it's bright. It's very important to state how bright everything is when taking off the mask. It's tradition, after all. It's tradition, and that makes it okay. I can't do the cadence for Weasel Stomping Day, but that's alright. You gotta spread that mayonnaise on the lawn. It's Weasel Stomping Day. I don't know if anyone even knows that song. A very strange Weird Al Yankovic song. Speaking of dark, the weather this morning was nuts. Oh yeah, it absolutely was. And wait for it. Fraser, that's not how you start the conversation. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, the weather today was insane this morning. So we had like a really big storm where Fraser and I live. It was pretty sizable. Like a lot of floods happened. I'm okay. I hope you're okay as well, Fraser, and anyone else who's in Auckland. But yeah, there were some floods. I know the city got hit kind of bad, so hopefully, yeah, not too. Just, I don't even know what to say about those sorts of things. They're not fun. Floods are not fun. We used to have a lot of floods growing up as a kid, and it used to kind of not destroy the house, but it certainly wasn't good for the house. I'm kind of, I'm going to say again, big statement here. I'm kind of anti-floods. Don't like them. I was playing Halo, quite enjoyed it. Then the flood appeared, and I was like, well, I don't like that. Got a bit wet on your way to get coffee this morning? Jeez, thoughts and prayers, mate. Thoughts and prayers. Oh, goodness. Well, with the extra solid fuel coming through, hopefully... Yeah, coal is actually becoming a problem. Train! So... Do we want to... Oh, actually, we should probably put radar up there as well. That's probably important. I don't really know where I'm going right now. I've got, like, tons of stone. A lot of the stone comes from, like, picking up rocks. So my stone mines haven't really needed to do anything for quite some time. And honestly, that's fine by me. Stone mines don't need to be working constantly. Do those trains even make that much noise? They're pretty quiet these days, aren't they? Train! Another train. Gosh. Must be peak hour traffic right now. All these trains. Oh, okay. Freight trains are a little bit noisier. That makes sense. Okay. I forget freight trains are a thing because I never see them. Freight trains are like ninjas. Very loud ninja. You gotta remember the plural of ninja is ninja. Get it right, people. I bit my cheek while eating dinner tonight, so my cheek hurts. It's kind of annoying. But we'll get through it together. They're very bad ninja. I mean, if you think about it... Okay, let's think logically about this, just for a second. I know, everyone hates it when I think logically about things, but we're here now. If you were a ninja and you were very loud, you'd be like, bad ninja. But if you think about it, that'd be the best, most successful ninja. Because no one would suspect that they were going to be doing assassin stuff, right? Be like, that's just a real bad ninja. He's making too much noise. And then wham, you're dead. Yeah, that's how they get you. They lull you into a false sense of security. I think we're going to... You're not going to get anywhere if you're always seen. Yeah, but... I mean, sure, you'd be seen, but I mean, no one would know what you're doing. Everyone would just be like, oh, look, it's a guy. And then wham, you are dead. The important thing is it's always wham, you are dead. Because if it's wham, you are alive, then, as assassinations go, it's been the most unsuccessful assassination I've ever heard of in my life. You are already alive. Nani? Okay, so we're just going to throw more iron ore into the system. I mean, yeah, it sort of needs to be a... Unless you wham them with the frib. Yeah? I mean, the ninja just wants to be someone who is unsuspecting. And no one would expect a guy who's clowning around on a freight train to be like a ninja. You wouldn't expect that. But that's how they get you. The ninja is the train. I mean, it is always funny, like these days in popular culture, just a ninja is like the most obvious thing because it's wearing black. And you're like, oh shit, a ninja, because it's wearing black and it's got a headband and it's very clearly the most ninja thing I've ever seen. But really, that's the worst ninja. The ninja is me all along. Yeah. Turns out the ninja is inside of all of us. Ninjaception. Ninjaception, if you will. That's not what inception means, I know, but no one ever really cares about what inception means. They just say it repeatedly. And everyone claps and applauds and goes, "Yay, you made the reference to a movie that came out years ago." Man, Inception is an old movie now, I just realized. When did they even come out? I'm going to say 2010, am I right? Inception. Oh, wow, I was right, 2010. Hell yeah. Very impressed with myself today. Yeah, I've got to be impressed about myself every now and then, and today's the day. Go me. I'm proud of myself right now. Blah! Yeah, and you know what else makes that sound? Freight trains. People had no idea what that movie was about, which made it very clear when people were like thinking Inception was just, I guess, making a train sound. I don't really freaking know what people thought Inception was, but people didn't really get it, I think. Or maybe I didn't, and I'm just thinking that I'm so much better than everyone else. Oh god, Inception. Blah. Anyway. I've inceptioned myself. There's a word for that. It's called just thinking. If you just think you've inceptioned yourself, no need for Leonardo DiCaprio to live rent-free in your head. Which is good, because, you know, you don't want Leonardo DiCaprio in your head. I don't need to tell you why, but you don't want that. Just trust me on this one, okay? We need more plastic. Now, is the problem with plastic the lack of coal? Probably. Well, certainly not lack of petroleum gas, so yeah, it'd be lack of coal. Now, we are producing more coal. There should be quite a lot more coal coming through. And how are we going production of coal versus consumption of coal? Well, given the fact that's not coal, no, that's not great. Last 10 minutes, we've produced about 100 more a minute than we've consumed. That's okay, that means it's not quite reached an equilibrium state. But it will reach that point at some point. Hopefully. And that's never going to make anything because of reasons. There we go. That was jammed up for a bit, but that'll all be fixed up now and it should work again. Not that it matters because we're not letting the green chips through, but what's the point? This is the time of the night where I get really tired. I don't know why it's exactly this time, but same sort of thing happened to me yesterday while playing Hollow Knight. It was around this time where I was just like so sleepy. And I was like, maybe I'll only make this 2-hour stream. And then I hit my second wind and went for 4 hours. So I'm hoping the same thing happens today. So I don't like being sleepy. Okay, rocket fuel being collected. Awesome. And I think we can turn that off for the moment and turn this back on. The sooner we start making these rocket control units, the happier I'll be. What I am going to do is start to construct this. Wow. Okay. So now this is going to be for my low density chips. When I'm done constructing it. Low density chips? They're not chips, brother. I don't know why I call myself brother, but hey. You know, we try not to question people around here. Lest we find out things we don't wish to know. Okay. Thankfully, we don't really need to do much with this. We just need to. You don't want my ghost chips? Oh, that's a damn bit of Kiwiana right there. Love it. Oh, bro, you know I can't eat your ghost chips. So good. That's one of those phrases that everyone outside of New Zealand's going to be like, I don't know why he said that. Because, bro, you can't eat the ghost chips. Gosh. How do you find that ad? Hang on, let me look for that ad so I can show you, tell you how to find it. Because that's, yeah, maybe I'll just link it to the Discord. That might be a better idea. If I just type ghost chips, it'll probably work. Ghost chips. Yeah, that's the one. New Zealand anti-drink driving commercial 10 years ago. Oof. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the Discord for you guys. I'm gonna put ghost chips next to it, so that way if you come back years later, just search for ghost chips, and then you can find it too. All right. There are no phrases outside New Zealand. You're the only one. Well, damn. All right, so enjoy that. It's another brilliant. Like, for some reason, New Zealand police just had the funniest ads, and I do not know why. Which is confusing. Why, like, the New Zealand police just have such good television ads. Okay, now sulfur, I feel like we might be having a little bit of an issue with sulfur. Because I think our production and our consumption is about the same. It is. They all end up. That's all they end up doing. What? Making hilarious ads? Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know if I don't know if I want to get into that debate and stream right now, but I mean, like everything, there's always chance for improvements. Underfunding and yada yada yada, and yeah, there is profiling, and they're not perfect, but they do all right. So how are we going up here? Do I see anything that we need more of or less of? No, we still need more copper removed, don't we? More copper of less. That's how we do it. Less of that, more copper. And with the extra coal production, hopefully we're making more plastic. We are almost completed with the rocket control units. Damn, we might be actually finishing this fund fairly quickly at this rate. Because if we build that, then we've got 2 more technologies, and then we need to start building that. So yeah, And if we can start collecting these units, then we'll be pretty good. We just need a lot more yellow and purple science, I suppose. Red, green, and blue science. We might even want to be able to stop that just for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. Worth a thought. You know what? That's absolutely fair. I never considered that. You might need that. It's yeah. It is a variant of the New Zealand accent, which I have to be very careful not to slip into, as I am very white, and me speaking the accent could be construed as racist, so I've got to be very careful. Despite how I'm not bad at it, I shouldn't do it. As said, I am very white. I mean, it's if you watch the Taika Waititi film Boy, you'll see a very similar accent in that as well. It'll be a younger version of the accent, but still more or less the same accent. I don't know, does Boy make it overseas? I'm sure it probably did. That's an interesting film. It is uncomfortable. But still good. I mean, everyone knows Taika Waititi these days, so you can just go, oh, it's a Taika Waititi film, and people are like, oh, that means it's probably good. And it is. And Taika Waititi stars in it as well, which is pretty good. Because he's a fun actor, he's a fun director. I mean, I can't say I've ever met the guy, of course, but it's not the point. It's not the point I'm making. I'm seeing a lot of blue science on the belt, and I'm just wondering when do we turn that off. Not yet, I don't think, but... I mean, I love how much copper this takes off the belt when it needs to. It's just nom 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 nom. And we are going to, of course, need more red chips for... Actually, do we need red chips for speed module 1s? We do. We need red chips for all the speed module... for all the modules. Blech. I'm seeing more and more plastic going around, so that's nice. We want to put blue chips down there. No, it's kind of a pain. I don't really know what we want to build. Something clearly, though. More steel might not be a bad idea. I think we are having a little bit of problems with steel. And like they say, one must steel thyself. Preferably not in a way that anyone gets upset about it. Okay, cool. Rocket control unit done. So there's only 2 more techs required, which is pretty neat, actually. I didn't know we were actually doing that well. Okay. Pop that down there. Pop that down there. You've seen Once Were Warriors. I have not seen that one. I don't really want to see that one. That one's got Temuera Morrison, who now plays Boba Fett. That was like... It wasn't his first role, of course. It was one of his like really big New Zealand roles. I mean, it's an old film now, but no, I do not want to watch that one. It is it's a little bit darker than I want to watch. Gangs in New Zealand are unfortunately still a thing. Quite large, actually. I believe they're growing, which is uncomfortable. But that's how it is, I suppose. let's get those things out of there, and okay, let's start making our rocket control units, I think. I mean, I imagine it's always weird, like when there's a star that came from a country, just the things the country remembers of them is not the same thing that the world remembers them for. Like, I mean, you're not in Guatemala now, Dr. Ropata is just a phrase that means nothing to anyone except New Zealanders to do with Temuera Morrison, which is just confusing line. Like, what? What does it even mean? He's not in Guatemala now, Dr. Ropata, of course, but my mum, whenever she sees Temuera Morrison, she's always reminded of it. And that's from like a soap, like a... Are they called soaps still? I don't know what they're called. You know, like a daily serial show about a hospital, like a fake made-up hospital. Okay, the hospital is real in the show. The hospital is not real in real life. A fake made-up hospital, a series about that would be amazing. I just want to put that out there. Like, people are going into this hospital, but it's not a real... Oh, damn, that'd be dark. Anyway, yeah, he was just in this, like, really old... like, first episode of a New Zealand show, and just everyone remembers him for it. Till eventually he left, probably to pursue better acting career. I'm always surprised people still watch Shortland Street. I'm just like, why? Why do we still watch it? Okay, so this is where I'm going to build my rocket. Right here. It's always important that you build your rocket on a far off island. People say that's weird, but I think they're wrong. Not weird. It's the only sane thing that one could do. And actually, if we pop that down there... Okay, so we want to make... What do we want to make? Rocket control units. We've had this discussion. So to make those, we also need speed modules, or Steve modules. Not what they're called. I don't know why I'm giving them weird names. Green and red. Yeah, get my chips. And then finally we need to get blues. Now, I don't think we need to make too many of these. Or rather, I know we do, but I don't think they need to be made that fast. That's alright. Okay. And then we will just let those eventually be built. That's the plan. We're going to need to build a lot of these, but that's okay. We'll get there. We really do just need a lot more red chips though. Plastic has probably taken off a little bit better, because we should be getting more coal. And look, that does look like plastic's actually being made, and I like that. Which means red chips are probably easier and easier to make than ever before. Just need copper and plastic. Okay. And we'll put some red chips down here. Not too far away from everything else, but also not right on in front of everything. Okay, some more red chips, always good to have. Lots of green chips on the belt, not worried about that. Okay. And we appear to be not making anything further because we ran out of red splitters. That's okay. Yellow splitters will do the trick. And look, we've got trees there as well, just to reduce the harms of pollution. Gosh, we're ecologically friendly and conscious. Some say they don't get any more ecologically friendly and conscious than me. And that'd be right. Potentially. Probably not, though. We do seem to have a lack of production of purples and of other colours that are not purple. Yellows. But that's kind of be to be expected, I suppose. Build another yellow there. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Yellows don't particularly need anything special. But they just need to exist, so we'll build a yellow there as well. Oh yeah, they need blue circuits. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. So just connect all that up together and we should be more or less good to go. Nope, we ran out of things. Alright, it happens all the time. We're always running out of things here. I'm not fussed. We all run out of things here. And sure enough, no, I was about to say everything's being constructed, but no it's not. Now it will be. And the occasional blue chip comes through. There we go, look at that. You don't need many of those, just 2. That's fine. I guess it's purple we really needed, but that's okay. We have made 2 rocket control units. That's progress. Only a few more to go. Yeah, you would have to do some work about a apartment for a cat. I understand that. Alright. Just need to make... You know what? Why are we not productive moduling these? Productive module those bad boys. We want more bad boys. Status of bad boys? Incomplete. Not enough bad boys. Boys are currently too good. Aww. That's sad. Sorry to hear that happen to you, Wes. Or rather, I'm sorry that happened at all. Let's grab some of these. We are getting a lot more blue chips, that's pretty good. Just need more reds. But with the increase of plastic, that should be... They should be taking over pretty quickly. We might actually not do too badly by building these to be faster. That is true. Yeah, we might get too much plastic now, but that's alright. We do try to construct a lot more of it, and probably even try to consume it the sulfur faster. Makes sense. Never really thought about it before, but yeah. It's kind of funny how this place has got lack of green chips, like... There are lots of red chips. We actually need to consider building more green chips? Surely not. What we could do, this would be kind of a one-off thing, we could connect these two using underground belts, and I'm going to do it. What do I need? 40 iron underground... 40, huh? It's a bit of a ridiculous number. Wait, what? A cat box from outside facing the house. Cat never used it. One day you turned it so it's facing outside. Cat went in. Ah. Ah, okay. For a moment there I thought that story was had a lot more sinister edge to it, but the cat just didn't like the wind. That makes sense. Okay, so hopefully that little bit of change has helped. I do notice we are running out of crude oil. Which is fine because we've got more veins we can tap. Gotta tap them veins, yo. Don't know why I made it creepy, but welcome to my channel, I suppose. I mean, there's no reason not to just expand oil, like, fully now. Like, there's no harm in it. Like, that's okay, that's the entire oil field, which should be alright. I believe it'll probably last the rest of the game, but if it doesn't... I mean, what, we build east of here and figure out... Oh, then I guess we just pump it through the lake. That might do the job. A lot of iron over here. I think this is a time for low densities. And clearly we need more productive modules. Or not, yeah, productivity modules as well. But we can go find those. Plastic's coming in. Not much steel, but kind of funny we're not refining steel over here. We should be. It would make a lot more sense to do that. Maybe one right here. Keep in mind we do have a oil pipe there, but that should be alright. It shouldn't hurt us much. Or at all, in fact. It's just a pipe. We can just build around it if it's a problem. Okay, and that will start that production. Nice. Not sure whether that was designed to be turned off. Alright, get the red circuits through the base where the base can find them delicious. I'm always pro base eating a lot. Over on this side of the base doesn't really need copper. Sounds about right, honestly. That's fair. No, that was fine. Actually, it's there we go. Move out, have a cat, start streaming with a cat cam. There you go. Good plan. Make it happen, Wes. The problem here might actually be lack of stone. How are we going with the other purple plants? Stone does seem to be a problem. Okay, let's turn stone back on. Get that back under control. Now, I don't think we're going to be making a lot of stone, but some stone will help, right? We've only got one little mine here. Actually, it only has 220 resources remaining, so maybe we do open up a second one, because that's going to mine through that like in a couple of minutes. And with that extra stone, we should be seeing some real results pretty quickly. Okay, how's this production going? We have 63, 24, not enough of those, and 9 of those. Of course, with more red chips, that's going to speed up. Maybe I'm not too worried about that last one. Because red chips are being developed all the time. What I'm not seeing is a lot of red chips over here. Though, we are getting more and more to the point that saving up 10,000 can't be that hard. And buying a house is more of a pain, just looking. but I don't know what the market's like in any other place. Still a pain no matter what. And then you own a house and that's its own problem, I suppose. Okay, so production is going along okay. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. You just need to figure out what's the problem with science. The first problem with science is the fact that purple science is taking a long time to create due to lack of stone, but we've fixed that by turning stone back on. Oh, yep, they're gonna go do that, that's fine. Yeah. So purple science will be coming through for a little while, which is nice. Once we get more stone through, I mean, we could go pick up some rocks, you know? As is tradition, sometimes you gotta go pick up rocks. We've all played enough Minecraft to know how to hit rocks. Someone will be coming out of the woodwork any second now and be like, I've never played Minecraft. That's fine. Don't have to have. We've all punched trees, we've all hit rocks. You know how it is. Out there on the range, hitting trees, punching trees, getting rocks. We might actually almost have enough blue chips. Like, not permanently, of course, but just as a temporary measure, we might have enough. Red circuits, we are lacking. Green circuits, we're beginning to lack now. Not to the point that it's a crisis situation, but it is something I just want to consider. And likewise, you probably do want to build more low densities. So right now we have the ability to build like 1% of the ship, which I don't think I need to tell anyone is not really enough of the ship. Of course, we've got 2 more techs and then we need to build this, which is going to be a pain because it requires concrete and it requires a lot of things actually. But it'll come along. The problem with this is not actually connected to anything, so we do have a bunch of purple science ready to go, but it's never been connected to work. Lovely. Let's connect it to work. Run a segmented setup where all comes in through one set of belts and goes out another. That is what happens. Or it does come out into one side and out the other. Okay. So now the purple signs can be spread throughout the base. And science can resume. Oh, look at it. Science resuming like nobody's business. It's glorious. Combining ore and plates on the belt is a very wasteful... Well, yeah, exactly. Welcome to what the plan of the bus was. Of this run was. Because if you built all the ore in one place, then, you know, you don't have it being... you can have run to a situation where it's all used up in one place. And I didn't want that, so we haven't got that. And besides, I mean, if you're worried about wasteful setups and you're watching this, I would assume you're new, but I know you're not. So this has always been a very wasteful setup. Gonna steal some rocks. There's no reason for it. I just want rocks. Get coal as well, which, oddly enough, all the things I need for going forwards. Trees, on the other hand, are disappointing, but, you know, I've always said that about trees. Trees are just naturally disappointing. You know, what have they done for me? Never. Nothing. Never nothing? I mean, it's always something. No, it doesn't. Maybe. I like when you're going in a direction, it's probably faster to just sort of walk diagonally. The hypotenuse thing doesn't ever count on that it's faster to walk in straight lines. At that point, all of a sudden, the math doesn't make sense. The math probably does make sense, I just refuse to do it. Because math is for nerds. Do I look like a nerd? I mean, yeah, I do, but that's not the point. I'm not entirely sure what the point is, actually, but... Shut up. As we get further away from the mines, it gets a little bit smoother. It really does, too. The question is, do we worry about building the satellite? I don't think we do. I don't think we need to worry about the satellite, because the base game ends when you just launch the rocket. Not a lot of green setup over here, is there? I don't really want to encourage more green circuits because we already make so many, but hey, let's make some more. I don't want to encourage this, he says. Absolutely encouraging it. He can't be stopped. He refuses to be stopped. Some people have tried to stop him before and they said no. Also, he said no. Everyone said no about the whole stopping thing. We'll put that as a 0. We're allowed to make them. We shall allow it this time. Okay. And green circuits it shall make. Which in other parts of the base I wouldn't say they're necessarily needed, but we'll take it here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that red circuits are being made now. Lots of things are being constructed. It's going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the way all this production's going. I think we do want an iron foundry over here. It's not going to be a super used one, but it's still going to be useful to some degree. So we will construct that. Right. Yeah. And the things don't quite line up, but that's been a problem for a while. Like, we've known that to be a problem. And I choose to do nothing, because we're not too far away from the end. When we're close to the end, it simply doesn't matter anymore. So the iron ore, off it goes on its merry journey to be turned into delicious iron plates. Very exciting. I love it. Alright, I think we can turn sulfur down now. Funnily enough, the way we turn sulfur down is we don't actually produce more or less sulfur. We just slow down how often it can put it out. And that's oddly enough all you need to really do. You know what? We are going to input priority that way. I do want to make these as fast as possible. Excuse me. Important thing is, though, we are making them. And we are almost done with the third to last tech of this run. This has been a much shorter run. Could you imagine how long it would have been if we'd really decided to keep going with the Bloodbelt? I don't think we would have expanded quite as quickly as we have been of late. Although now I am curious, how many belts have we constructed? Like 21,000 and demolished about the same. So yeah, we would have really had a huge number of things going on. Hello Tara. Hello Solburn. Double trains? How do I keep it balanced? I don't. There's the other train. I don't keep it balanced. That's the problem. It's kind of just eyeballing it, honestly, and going, man, this looks like a lot of sulfur. Slow it down. I think you can get away with it under base game Factorio. I think if you're trying to do this under any conversion mod, I think you would probably struggle. And so you'd probably need to have some better way of doing it. I don't quite know what that way would be, but yeah, there's no real way of balancing it. There is a central, vaguely, it's not a valve even, it's more of a switch to turn it off and on. And then in some cases on, but higher. So a valve would imply that, in my mind, that it's somewhat smart, but it's really not. We have no smart valves. It's just, you know, turning a tap, really. I'm sure they have been. I mean, I have been too. We would do it with filter inserters. Way to do it without circuits. Yeah? Using balances to limit throughput. Yeah, okay. I can imagine that would I can't imagine how that would work, but I vaguely understand. I like how I'm like, no, I totally get this. Circuitless sushi science is a thing. Yeah, but this goes a little bit beyond regular sushi, doesn't it? Oh, right, rather regular sushi science. A little bit more sushi than one could expect on their lunch break. How are we going with power? Well, it's the middle of the night. I see accumulators are being poked out a little bit, but they can survive 480 megawatts. So, no, it should be alright. But we probably wouldn't go too amiss by just adding a little bit more power, just to be on the safe side. So let's do that. We have 10 solar panels. Not really enough, but it's what we've got. I mean, look, solar panels, having more of them, never a bad thing. This adds a little bit more power. Not going to particularly help throughout the night, but each balancer reduces throughput by 50%, so if you put 3 balancers, it reduces to 1/8, which is enough for science. That makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. In fact, I've done that sort of thing in C-Block. Not C-Block. Space Exploration. I don't remember what I divided up that way, but there was something I did that with. A lot more plastic being made, but quite frankly, I don't think I'm too concerned by that, because we need more red circuits, and red circuits are needing a lot of plastic, so don't worry about it, just keep going. We've got 8% of rocket fuel, we've got 3% low densities. We should be alright though. Lack of stone is still causing problems with purple science. That's alright. It'll get around to it when it gets around to it. In the meantime, I just imagine we just want to make more red chips. Because I can't see anything else in my life that matters quite as much. And more red chips we shall have. But first we shall connect things in a way that is weird and slightly wonderful. Connected. Great. Make my red chips, please. Oh, I guess you need plastic. Well, plastic's coming. Everything's coming. Just relax, okay? Relax. Calm. You are the sea breeze. Whoosh. Whoosh. Watch out for seagulls. I'm doing ASMR now, in case you're wondering. Seagulls. They're everywhere. Squawk, squawk, says the seagull. Oh shit, it took your sandwich. Fuck, get your sandwich back. This has not been a relaxing day at the beach. This is the worst ASMR. Probably wouldn't surprise anyone to know that I don't listen to ASMR with that wonderful rendition. I kind of want someone to be like, no, that's pretty much how it is. Seagulls taking your lunch at the beach all the time. It's a relaxing day at the spa. Ooh, it's so comfortable. Oh shit, a seagull's here. It's the same seagull from before. Fuck, it's got your sandwich again. That seagull just comes into every ASMR video and just steals your goddamn sandwich. It doesn't even care. I mean, seagulls never care anyway. That's just how they are. Well, that's it. I've realized my true calling is to do like ASMR videos as a professional. We always knew this day would come, people, and here it is. It's called going to be Don't Let the Seagull Take Your Sandwich ASMR. It's not supposed to be relaxing. After all, a seagull totally takes your sandwich. Oh gosh. I've tried watching ASMR videos and I just don't get them. I don't get it. I'm glad that people like them, but I don't get it. All their newfangled kids and their newfangled ASMR. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. Either that or I've missed like 1,000 messages, but that's okay. Thought I replied to chat? I did. Or do you mean like I typed something as a reply to chat? In which case I didn't. What do you mean? Oh no, I've been ranting about crazy things for about 10 minutes. If people don't talk in chat, that's what I do. Because you never know when someone's going to come into the chat, and I don't want them to just see me staring at the screen like with a really bored expression and yawning like a goddamn fool. So if no one's talking, I will rant. I will make up stories. I will, do whatever. So that way, if people are just relaxing and just doing their own thing, they still get the voice behind. They still get the voice. Because I figure some people, like, I know sometimes watch these sorts of videos for company, and someone just being quiet is not company. If I wanted quiet, I would listen to the sound of my own voice. Wait, that's not how quiet works. If I wanted quiet, I would listen to nothing and hear this and just listen to my own thoughts. That's how logic works. Hey, no worries for that, overclock. Overclock. Just because, I figure everyone comes there for their own reason. I think to myself, well, what do I want to see when I go to a stream? And I want to see a guy talking to himself and being kind of insane. Now, I'm not saying I'm insane, but the voices in my head tell me, no, we're not doing that joke. I'm somewhat sane. I'm as sane as anyone else who does a stream, I suppose. Insane. Yeah, exactly. But I may not be saying I'm insane, but then again, that's the catch-22, isn't it? You should take that leap. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate that. I am insane. Well, damn. It's been said. Status situation told. But yeah, I just think when I'm running a stream, I want to run the stream for myself, because sometimes I just like to watch my own streams. It's a weird thing to do, I know, but sometimes, it's just I want to hear the sound of a friendly voice, and you know whose voice is the friendliest to me? Sorry. No, you know what? I might be insane. And yeah, exactly. I mean, even then, I'm not sure my voice is the friendliest to me, because I've heard myself insult myself so often. So I'm quite antagonistic to myself sometimes. Yeah, Panda's voice is very friendly to me. That's true. But she's got her own things going on. She's reading. She doesn't want me yammering on to her. That's funny. I need to remember that one. That's real good, Veldak. Thank you. Don't mess with old people. The older they get, the less life in prison is a deterrent. Yeah, but I wouldn't survive in prison. Could you imagine me trying to, like, survive in prison? I wouldn't do it. I'm too beautiful. Sorry. I said that, and then I thought about what I said, and I'm like, well, that's the biggest lie I've ever told. Alright, so what do we actually need to do here? We need to just get rid of more of these coppers. Like, I know that's the whole point of this area, is just to use all this copper, but... Or make all this copper. What can we do with copper plating that we're not doing already? Dun 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 dun. I don't want any of this shit. I want none of it. LDS. I've already got LDS directly north and directly south of it. So, I mean, you're not wrong. But see, there's LDS right here, which is already fed to here. The problem is here, like, steel and plastic. It's made some, admittedly. And down here, which is exactly the same problem. Although not plastic. Steel. So, more circuits. Could make more green circuits, I suppose. Yeah. Not a bad idea, actually. There's a yellow splitter blocking your red cell down there by the LDS. Bloody hell, is there? I was wondering about that. I copied something and found it weird like that, and I assumed it was something left over. Yellow splitter blocking your red cell. Do you mean this? Like that? That's alright. Not really hurting anyone. Just slow. I mean, we could speed things up, I guess. Maybe the plan is just try and get the copper out a little bit faster. Not a bad plan. More steel. Yeah, more steel is actually a very valid point too. We must steel ourselves for the journey ahead. And then it's like, ah, where are we going? Who's taking me somewhere? Reminds me of an old comic joke where it's like, don't worry, I used to take fencing when I was a child. And it cuts back to when he was a child. And it's like, what are you doing with Mrs. Johnson's fence? You best be putting that back now. It's like, oh no, he used to literally take fencing. Yeah, more steel would probably be good, but maybe another iron mine, not iron mine, iron refinery down here might be good. Because I do see some iron ore. I mean, there'll be iron ore throughout the whole factory. That's just how the law of averages works. I'm not even sure if this is the law of averages, but whatever. The point is, there is iron ore coming around here. If it comes in this way, we can consume it. We can turn it into iron, and that'll be turned into steel, maybe. Or it'll go north, in which case something else will happen to it. I don't bloody know. It's everything's too random here. It's lol random, guys. Hey. Hi, everyone. Holds up Spork. I'm random. I know that meme was designed to irritate me, but gosh, that meme irritates me. So it's a successful meme. I wonder if that thing was ever actually real. You know the one I'm talking about? Like the person who's like on 4chan and they're just like, "Hi, I'm Casey, or you can call me Penguin of Doom," and they're just like really annoying. And I'm just like, part of me thinks that's got to be made up. Then again, the other part of me is like, being a teenager. I was gonna say met teenagers before, but being a teenager, I'm like, no, I can believe that. I can believe a teenager just being like, yes, this is a good way to greet, you know, fellow like-minded individuals. Just be freaking crazy. People love that. Some people probably do. Okay. So that'll construct stuff, I suppose. I don't know where this iron's coming from. There's like no iron up this way. All the iron is down here. So I don't know where that iron's coming from, but it's awesome that it's here. I mean, if I check up here, there's probably iron ore, which, yeah. That's why we built that iron refinery up there, but... yeah, we've got a lot of copper up there. Not much I can really do about that aside from trying to... I mean, I've already tried to speed it going down a little bit by... that was the whole purpose of this area. What we could do would be if we sped up this, then hopefully that would allow things to... just come down here a little bit faster, a little bit more efficiently. I know I'm not really one for efficiency, but I would like the copper to be somewhere slightly more useful than up there. That was the whole reason we built this bypass. Is it a bypass? I don't know what it is. But it needs to exist. And yeah, I mean, that you can see immediately that's just allowing more stuff to come through. It will of course block up more things, but that's okay. The whole nature of the bus belt, right? If it's not things being blocked up, that means you're just not using it properly. And then it's slow down here. If we speed that all up, Panda and I have been watching Owl House. It's a good show. We've been enjoying it. And now I've just got the theme music stuck in my head. Sometimes it's fun to watch cartoons. Mostly it is. Make it sound like I don't do that on a regular basis. I do. I always thought as a kid, like, my father would be like, you know, he'd tell me that I wouldn't like cartoons forever, and I was like, nah, I will. Totally will. I didn't say I will, man. Like, it's a little bit too colloquial speaking to my father, but I was like, nah, I'll always love cartoons. And then it turns out cartoons grew up with me, so I think that happened with a lot of people, though. You know? Because cartoons did grow up. You know, I'm not necessarily saying, like, dodgy reasons, although there is that too, I suppose. But it's just adults can watch cartoons, and there's a lot of good stuff out there these days. Okay. R-rated cartoons exist. They absolutely do, I know, but that's not quite what I meant. Yeah, I know, but more what I meant is, like... And I think also what my father meant is, you know, like, the Looney Tunes and shit. But, then again, people still love watching those, you know? They're iconic. And you could just be like, well, it's also, like, what's the word? Nostalgia? And it is a bit of that, I suppose, but... Also, it's like, you know, they've held up mostly well. Hanna-Barbera didn't, but that's for different reasons. Oh, okay, well, yeah. I kind of got that, but at the same time, part of my head was just like, nah, Saltburn's talking about porn. I apologize for that. I don't know why that's where my mind went. But yeah, I mean, Invincible's something I've been meaning to watch, but I don't have the Amazon Prime, so I haven't got around to watching that. One day there'll be a couple of shows on there that Panda and I want to watch, and we'll just sub for a couple of months just to watch them. That's probably the best way you can do that sort of thing. I know people are like, oh, you could just download it. I'm not going to do that. I would prefer... If I can pay for something, I'd rather pay for it, obviously. Like, you know, people put in hard work into something, and I want to reward them for that with money. What's that going? Over there. Okay. That's where it's going. Speed module 65%, that's pretty rad. Actually, that's the last one we needed, isn't it? Yes, it is. And then we start working on the last tech. Oof. At least that one's easily coming along. That one's very slow. This one's doing better than I thought, honestly. Is this always funny when I turn off sulfur? Because sulfur... No, I haven't. That's what I was actually working on. I completely forgot about it. Thank you. But I do need to remember where they are. They're over here. Got the tech for it. They're possibly getting ready for it, but we're not there yet. Although we actually probably do have enough for the 4 prod 4s. Just chuck them all in there. It's fine. We've got enough for... Yeah, we've got enough for 4. Oh, you know what? I think we're 1 short. That's okay. Put them in that box, it doesn't really matter. Just need the 4? Yeah, exactly, I know. Four prod 3s rather, not 4 prod 4s. There are no prod 4s in this. Gosh, at least I don't need prod 9s. Use the Force, Seif. Use the Force, Seif. Yeah, okay, that kind of works. The S kind of makes it work properly. Is this not constructing anything? It is, it's just slow. It doesn't have a lot of copper. It's doing its best, but it's just sleepy. I hear that, factory, I hear that. Get rid of those trees. Those trees are inspiring the factory to more laziness, and I will not have it. You know what? I think we're going to turn green circuits on again. Like, the lever is already on. I think it's time to just push that lever one more up. Okay. Wasn't a message for me, so that's alright. Okay, so we're going to push this to -2 because remember we count up backwards. That's just how numbers work around here. Yeah, we just let a lot of them go here, you can see, because they're huge. I'm not Slavic, Veldek is. Well, that's why I knew it wasn't for me. I know very well that I'm not Slavic. I'm Oceanic. Which is not, I don't think, a culture, and actually I'm very white, so that's not really my ethnicity. It's my nationality, maybe? I don't know. Okay, let's just speed those up, see if that helps. For a moment there, I didn't read the word neighbor, and I was like, hang on. But yeah, I suppose. We had our chance to be part of the prison colony country, and we chose not to. We squandered our opportunity to become part of the prison colony country. No offense to actual Australians here, of course. I am only joking. It is the classic New Zealand Australian jokes. Alright, enjoy your team meeting, Veldak. Tell them about the usefulness of chewing gum in programming. I'm sure they'll love it. If anyone wonders what I'm talking about, don't worry, I have no idea either. I'm just making shit up. Someone's like, oh my god, is a new way to improve programming with chewing gum? My dreams have been achieved. Okay, building is continuing. Very happy to see that. What is my problem? I mean, it's a very vague and open-ended question, I know, but I was actually asking for a specific issue right now. I think I just need more purple science. Purple science is being delayed due to steel. What forms are you even talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about, buddy. Skyrim was an interesting game. I wanted to like it, but I just couldn't. I feel like that's how I feel about a lot of Bethesda games these days. you know. It's interesting though, like, when there's those big games and everyone's like really hyped for them, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's good, and I pick it up and I'm like, it's not. I'm like, is it me that's broken? Because I mean, a lot of people do like them. So, you know, I feel like I'm the broken one. Broken is probably a over-exaggeration of words, but you know what I mean? Like, there was Deus Ex Human Revolution, which people went absolutely nutty over when it came out. And I was like, I bought it at launch and I was like, I don't get it. Like, it was fine, but it took me like, and I just played it for a while. I was like, I don't understand why people are loving this so much. And I went back to it like 10 years afterwards and I was like, oh, okay, it's alright. But I still wasn't like absolutely loving it. Yeah, Human Revolution was an odd game. No, I do love Deus Ex. That was the thing. I love Deus Ex. Good game. I just didn't like Human Revolution. And then, oh no, Human Revolution. What was the first one? Human Revolution was the first one, right? And then Mankind Divided was the second? Could be wrong on that. You know what? We've got our 3s. Don't need these anymore. The original or remake? Did they remake Deus Ex Human Revolution, or are you talking about... Not Deus Ex Human Revolution. That was Deus Ex! The original Deus Ex was very, very good. And just for some reason I just couldn't get into the prequels? It was a confusing series. I guess they were prequels. And whenever someone is walking around with glasses inside, I ask them if their vision is augmented. Why? I don't know, it's just an annoying thing to say. Did I try the original game after all these years? Ooh, no, I did not. Is it still good? I mean, I know it's going to be janky graphics-wise because it's like the original Unreal Engine, but I mean, it's still good, right? It's still good, I hope? Oh god, it is still good, right? The original was in the 90s. Was it really? Oh, that hurts. That's painful if the original was... Was it really? Deus Ex was in the 90s? Surely not. Hang on, let me just stand on the... Let me just stand on the belt while I confirm that I'm sad. Deus Ex video game series. Yeah, but not the one with Jensen. The one with Denton, please. No one gives a shit about Jensen. Probably not true. Someone probably gives a shit about Jensen. Series overview. No, I want to know about the game itself. Invisible War was interesting. It was 2000. Okay. I feel a little better. Invisible War was rough. I don't think I'm alone in saying that. You know what? Let's go and get these. An RPG released in 2000 would have been made in the 90s. Well, sure, but it was released in the 90s. So, sorry, in 2000. Therefore, it's still a 2000 release, which is actually what I'm talking about. I'm sure it's got a lot of things that are just like a little bit janky about it just because the release, like their older game, which is, you know, common to older games, I continue to posit. Okay, so we want to make these more productive. So 40% productivity, slowing it down pretty badly, but it should be okay. We can just make more of them, that's what we really need. How are we going with our plastics? Fine in terms of petroleum, bad in terms of coal. What am I? It's like one of those riddles. I have 4 eyes in the winter, 6 eyes in the summer. If you poke me, I bleed. What am I? An eyeball with multiple eyes. Anyway. Our production and consumption is about the same, which makes me think we can probably increase production just a tad. I am 42. Ah, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Every now and then I just want to explain just the fact that 42 is a bad answer is relevant. Because people know the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42, but they don't realize that the question is the issue. Top miner needs a belt? Absolutely does. You're quite right. We're going to get to it eventually. Don't know when, but probably when everything broke down, knowing me. It's good to know I plan to get the things after they break down. That way it gives me something to do later. Cool. The iron shall be consumed! Consumed, I say. Yum, 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 yum. That's the sound of iron being consumed if you were unsure of what the hell was just happening there. And if you understood that's what was happening, but you weren't quite sure why it was happening, valid question. Okay, we need to go get some more red splitters. And for some reason down here it just has the most red splitters. I don't quite know why. We are at 74% of speed modules. Very exciting. Probably gets the most just because it gets the most iron. Why are these delayed? They got their reasons, but if we chuck that in there. Enough electric chips. Interesting problem. Okay, so we came down here to add another coal mine, and instead we just added more iron mines. So it hasn't been completely successful with my plans as of yet. But we will get there. It's also added a little bit more iron this as well, but that's alright. I'm not too fussed. Put some iron in the belt, that's what happens when things get split like this. There's nothing you do about it. There we go. Really haven't balanced that. Perhaps I should. Perhaps I should. Yeah. Let's balance it. We have just enough. No, we don't have enough room to balance it either. Well, that's going unbalanced then. Unless, of course, we do it like that. And then we balance it. Yes. Geniuses. Questionable. You know, before I said I like to have a friendly voice. That's why I listen to my own streams. I'm not sure I believe that every time I listen to myself. Okay. So that should hopefully allow more iron ore to get turned into iron plates. Look at all that iron coming down. Damn, it's like it's got nowhere else to be. Very happy about that. The last thing I need is lazy iron ore. The last thing I need is lazy iron ore, but it's not the last thing I have. Got a lot of lazy iron ore. We know that. And if we put all those to red belts, maybe that'll help. Probably didn't need the inside to be red belts, but whatever. Not really a problem. What's it going to do? Consume iron? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's going to do. Not even a joke about it. That's actually what's going to happen. It's alright. We are doing some advancements. It's okay. That's what robots are here for. To work for us. I'm not going to call them slaves, because one day the robot uprising will happen and I will be the bad guy. Because anyone who thinks slaves is not... anyone who thinks that having slaves is not the bad guy is absolutely the bad guy. Like, I don't need to tell anyone that. I hope I don't need to tell anyone that. Otherwise, got some bad news to you about your bad guy status. You are it. Okay, we might have a problem. This is actually going too slowly now. So, we never researched beacons, did we? No. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna do it this way. Slow it down a little bit. And increase production by doing madness. Okay, madness has increased. Good. Madness increasing is always a good sign. Might need more blue chips in the future as well, but that's alright, we can sort that out probably. Oh, and of course you need to go into the box. Obviously you need to be in the box. So productivity has gone down from 40% to 28%. That's a big hit. That's alright. Or maybe you keep it like that. Do it like that. That way we will just keep producing those, but if there's too much, then it goes over to that. That kind of makes sense, actually. Hold the high productivity the best you can. Make sure it's always working, but if the extra stuff comes through, then yeah, use it. I like it. 144, that's good. We are still lacking low densities. Not really a surprise. We probably build some low densities down there. Or maybe up here. Yes. Murder. Will also be good because this is where about the copper comes through. We'll put it on a crossroads. Choice. Oh, whoops. There we go. So plastic comes through, a lot of copper comes through, but that's kind of the point of it, isn't it? And we would love to see some steel come through, but I feel like we just don't have a lot of steel around here. This has run like a few thousand times, so I guess it's sort of okay. Now we could also continue building north for a little bit and get iron in through that way. Not a large amount of iron, but just a bit, just to give it a taste. Probably a bad idea given the fact this is absolutely jammed up. Maybe that's the point, maybe that's the thing we need. Not sure I believe that. I know I said it, but I don't know if I believe it. Everyone question themselves when they say something stupid. Probably. And if I questioned myself too hard, then maybe nothing would happen. Let's keep building. I like that. I've acknowledged this is not a good idea, but we're doing it anyway. Why? Because we're doing it anyway. Terrible logic. At the very least, it'll scatter things out a little bit. I mean, until the copper absolutely dominates up here as well, which will probably happen. We are a few cells across from being able to do that. What we lack is steel. I don't think plastic is what we lack right now. I think coal is actually going all right with what we've done fairly recently. So maybe we won't worry about that just yet. So we're going to keep building north. And that's probably where I want to stop. Oh wow, this place looks like, I just thought about it, it looks like that volcano planet in space exploration. I know that was the point. And that's probably the same sort of tile set that it's using from alien biomes. What was that planet called? Kamar? I think it was Kamar. Good planet. Where's all my vulcanite? I would love some vulcanite right about now. I have no way of processing it, but I'd love to have it. Okay. Let's finish building this belt up, and then we should be good to really screw myself over in a new fantastical way. You know, it's good to have dreams. We might be making too much copper. Maybe that's not such a thing. Oh yeah, we should probably bring power up here as well. That might be required. Okay, power. Turtle power. Turtle power. Turtle power. Turtle power. This power is not created by turtles, in case anyone's worried. Or is it? I don't need to do a balancer like this time, but I've done it anyway. I'll put this over here. That way there's a chance that it might actually do what I need it to do. Iron ore, less than 0. Yeah, sure, why not? Less than 0 seems reasonable. After going that far away, not much comes up here very often. That's okay. And one more of these. Connect. Connect, there we go. And that should be, oh, we don't have a radar up there. That's a mistake. We don't even have the gear for a radar anywhere. Mistakes just keep on coming. How's the stream today, guys? Is it still a bit jumpy in the picture? Or is it fine? And that's been a problem we've had over the last couple of streams. Given the fact that no one's complained about it, I think we're probably okay. I tried updating OBS and doing the things that you do. It's fine. Thank you very much, Valdek. Really appreciate it. How was your meeting? Or are you still in the meeting? Have you told them about the benefits of just don't open Chrome? Rude. I mean, you're not wrong, but still rude. Meeting ended, next meeting 3 hours. Oh, you may be prepped for that. Prepped for that. At some point I stopped prepping for meetings, and it was a good time. Or rather, I would do prep. I'd look at it and go, do I need to prep? And the answer would be no, and alright, then I'm done. People are like, did you read all the documents? Because it's like always the thing of, if someone says, did everyone read all the documents before the meeting? And it doesn't matter what you say, because they're going to go over the documents anyway. Because someone will say, no, I didn't have a chance. And they go, okay, well, I'll discuss it then. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, I realized there was always someone that said, no, I didn't go over the documents. And the person was like, okay, let's go over the documents. And I realized you don't even have to be the one to say that. And if no one says it, then it's fine, because you kind of pick it up on context anyway. Anyway, I don't know why people hate me in meetings. I'll figure it out one day. Okay, so we've got a radar dish here. Nice. Cute little radar dish. Beeplin and booplin. And the ore is coming down. It'll take a little while for it to all factor down, but it'll get here. Eventually. Got a long way to go. I'm not sure what we're having problems with in science, whether it's purple or yellow. You had a 30-minute sync meeting. Yeah, I have those things in meetings as well, where it's like, okay, Steve, what do you want to discuss? And I'm like, okay, we want to discuss this. And everyone's like, okay, cool. And it gets discussed, and everyone's like, cool. And then I sit there for the next hour and a half I sit there for the next hour and 20 minutes, rather, in a hour 30-minute meeting. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really have much to bring up. That's fine. I'm just concise, I suppose. That, and I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to go back to my desk and pretend to work. That's not true. I do work. The biggest lie everyone ever tells themselves, right? Everything spins faster? Yeah, it's doing okay. We put some new fancy belts on there. Some things are going a little bit faster now. And we are almost done the second to last science, so then we can start building our rocket. We are actually technically already assembling the rocket, if you think about it. What do I need for beacons, actually, out of curiosity? I need a bunch of stuff. Okay. Yeah. That is true. I'm wandering faster aimlessly through the base. I mean, there's an aim. It's just not a very good one. Okay, so we're probably at about 10% of the rocket. That's pretty good. bothers me that this is actually not as high. Then again, I guess we're not making that on site. Could we make that on site? I see no reason why not. So it's plastic, something, and something else. Nice. 3 things, of one of which I remember. Plastic, going the other way, please. Thank you very much. Other things. Steel, why not? Steel is, I think, something we're still very short on. Here it is. And finally, the last thing, which is copper. Look, if I was wandering with purpose through my base, then you gotta be worried. You'd be like, who is this and what has he done with SeiferKatt? And don't pretend you wouldn't be like that, because you would be. Everyone would be very worried. That's going the wrong thing. Bring in literally everything except steel. Yep, just realized that. Thank you, though. New Zealand announced they provide 5 million New Zealand to help in Ukraine. Oh, good work, New Zealand. We're already in the list of Russia's unfriendly countries, so that's fine. Might as well help now. By the way, has anyone seen the list of the unfriendly countries to Russia? It is the funniest list. So, the list of unfriendly countries are like what you'd expect, like the European Union countries, England, America, Canada, and New Zealand, Australia. And my favorite one on the list of unfriendly countries to Russia, Taiwan is on it. Ooh, that's an interesting one to have on the list given their allies. But one of the countries on the unfriendly list is Ukraine. And I'm like, guys, don't. Of course, Ukraine is on your unfriendly list. You're literally invading them right now. Like, what, you thought they were going to be friendly with you while you're invading them? Oh, wow. Czech Republic used to be on the unfriendly list? Well, maybe you should start being friendlier. Gosh. Taiwan on the list is... That means they agree that Ukraine is a sovereign country. That is a valid point. I think they do believe Ukraine is a sovereign country. They just want to be in charge of who's running that sovereignty. Taiwan on the list is a very interesting one, since, you know, their ally would not be happy with that. No, they would not. I've seen enough of... how long has that been broken for? Probably forever, actually. Also, that is not how you do that. Oh, I apologize, Srelic. I missed your message until Ghostin responded to it. I mean, that would actually work. It would do the job. I mean, I did read the thing about the Russian cosmonauts turning up at the ISS and they were wearing yellow and blue outfits. They're like, oh, we just had some yellow material left over. It's like, oh, did you now? They're not going back to Russia. Oh, goodness. The scary thing. Like, I've never, you know, really considered the Cold War and its implications, because by the time that I was old enough, They're landing in Kyrgyzstan. Sorry, who's landing in Kyrgyzstan? It's this sort of thing. Okay, so you know, in like World War II, for instance, there was like in England especially. Also use land. Okay. In like the World War II, there was the census office where they would like basically blank documents so that way, you know, you wouldn't be able to accidentally give information to the enemy about the war. And I'm like, man, if there was a full-on war, you know, they would do the same thing with the internet. Like, you know, they would just be like, oh, all streams end, all like email communication is delayed, all like, because they would have to, because you know, people would have, there'd be spies everywhere. It would be super weird. Am I planning to hand feed rocket parts? No, my plan is I'm going to do a thing up here, which will be where the rocket is, and they're going to come in from here. No, I'm not going to hand feed rocket parts. I know I'm insane, but it's a bit much. Okay, I think building these here is good. No, not on the belt. I mean... I could just make this into a 2x2 and no one would complain. Ah. It's 3 wide though. I mean, I could dismantle it all and turn it into a 2x2. Ghost, and you're not wrong. That's integrity hat time, isn't it? So there's two options. One, put on the hat for the rest of the stream until this is done, which is not great. Or we make something new and terrifying. We make the 3x3. Do we dare make the 3x3? Hey, Lord Platypus, how you doing? I think we might have to make the 3x3 so that way I keep my integrity and I don't have to wear the bloody hat again. And we're going to need landfill. New series? Yeah, it's a new series. It's actually almost over. It's probably over in the next session or two. It's a sushi belt. Could you tell? It's a short one. This is going to be a short one, and then the one after it might be a short one as well, and then I don't know what the hell I'm doing after that. It's good to have a couple of short refresher series of remembering what the hell Factorio is. That's what I was looking for. Peak efficiency. It absolutely is. You know? I mean, it's been going for about 3 weeks or so, so I guess it's not that short. You may not like it, but this is what peak efficiency looks like. You know exactly what to do next? What is it? What are we doing next, Valdek? You often have very good suggestions, so I'm intrigued. Okay. I'm making a 3x3. Sushi train. Well, we've already done sushi train. How would we do it again? What do you mean? How would we dare do sushi train a second time? Or you mean sushi belt with train? Is that what heinous crimes you were suggesting? Okay, so that's going to be a 3x3. Trains for oil and raw ore. Other than that, is one train that moves in a loop. Wait, what? Oh! Okay. That's an interesting idea. I'm not quite sure how that would work. We need to get trains pretty quickly. Part of me is just wanting to like try and get the sushi car. You put the cars on the belts. No, I I do love that. The splitters don't react very well for that. A train-based mall once. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna let these inserters build this, and then we'll figure out what the hell this is gonna look like for the rest of it. And it looks like that's broken for weird reasons. It's probably broken from wherever I copied that from. It was down here. And what do you know it is? That's fine. Load the first wagon with a mix of ores. On every stop it gets exchanged for some other items, and save up until the very last stop where it unloads science packs. Can you interest me in C block? It's like C block, but there are no pipes. Gosen, like... I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to deal with another C block run. You know me, I love my freaking C block, but it could be the death of me. Let's just get rid of all the inner things. C block is a challenge enough, yeah, but... C block's not a challenge. C block just looks like a challenge. C block masquerades as a challenge. They're removing building from Fortnite? Surely not. That's literally in the name. What are they going to do? Removing the watch from Overwatch next? Wait, hang on. Is something else I need to build? Oh god, I need to make concrete. That's going to be done in seconds. Which, to be fair, the building in Fortnite is the reason I was least interested in it. C-block is a huge time sink. It absolutely is. I like C-block. It's not hard, it's just long. Man, I don't know why I'm so distraught about... Meow meow. I don't know why I'm so distraught about it, but the idea of removing the building from Fortnite is confusing. They remove it from modes other than creative and competitive. Hang on, but if you're removing it from the base game, why have it in competitive? Because no one has a chance to practice with it. That makes no sense. Your competitive game needs to be the same as your like standard game, or else your competitive players have no chance to practice with this mechanic. It's the new season's twist, is it? Well, I mean, I'm just bad at those games anyway, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Where did these items come from? I literally do not know. And tanks and Doctor Strange. Wait, like Doctor Strange as in the Sorcerer Supreme? That's just crossover stuff. Yeah, they do that all the time. I do like Doctor Strange though. He is like #2 favorite Marvel superhero. Like, big fan. One of the most common messages is Fortnite. Oh my god. Do they have Among Us as well? Is there can you make an Among Us reference? People would go wild over that shit. I know they would. Try-finger butthole is always a good one. I mean, that's a classic. You know, you can't go wrong with a classic like try-finger butthole. No, wait, that's wrong. What's going on here? Among Us, that's a shame. We love Among Us. Oh wait, that is in the wrong place. It needs to be like one more out. Like that. Yeah. Man, you don't even touch uranium in this build. Bit of a shame. No, that's still not right, you're right. What? Yeah. There we go. We got there eventually. That is correct. And this one needs to be... So that side is correct. Ah, my hand twitched at the exact wrong moment there. Okay, are we good? No. Because that one's broken. There we go. I think we're good now. And there is the legendary 3x3. They said it could never be done. They said it should never be done. But what is that? It is done. I mean, we could do a C-block run with using the things that we've learned from this, which is unfortunately not a lot, and okay, here's a thought. What if C-block, but instead the cells only constructed what they needed to construct, and if the things needed to go from one cell to another, they go on a specialized train. Does that seem acceptable to people? So every area that makes its own thing, that'll be its own little zoopy thing. Okay, look, do I need to bring up paint to explain this? I can bring up paint to explain this if you're not sure what I'm talking about. I'm just considering. I said I'm just considering. I'm not saying I'm doing it. Okay, we're bringing up paint. Alright, if we must, we will bring up paint. Okay. This is everyone's favorite part. Just draw my feelings. Okay. Nope. Oh, what the hell does that even capture? Hang on. What are you trying to do? Yeah, your paint. Okay, cool. So it's paint time. So, what we do is, for instance, remember this is C block. Okay, that's not right. There's got to be a square. So for C block we have our squares, right? We've got many squares because it's, you know. Okay, those are our things, right? And let's say this is making. What would this make? They're going to be bigger squares. That's very important. But this is going to be making the, say, wooden circuits. Okay? That makes wooden circuits. Yeah, the most basic of circuits. But then we're going to go into pencil actually, because pencil might be nicer. Then there's going to be a train color. Okay. Then we go, and here we have more sushi belt, and this makes green circuits. So we've got brown, green, and then if we want the green circuits to go to science, it goes could go the other way. Oh, who knows? And then we go more stuff, more stuff, more stuff, science. And then over here, it's like, oh, but this is creating red. And we do something like that. So, of course, the trains are all going to be connected. Like, we're not going to separate the train line. Well, there's going to need to be separate inputs. Like, so, you know, for red, we are going to need to bring in plastic. So there'll be another train coming in, which is, you know, delivering doop, 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 plastics. So we do something like that. See, the thing is, you'll design everything wrong or regret it and make a 5-kilometer long sushi belt. Gosen. Gosen, do you really think I would do that? Do you think I would make a 5-kilometer long sushi belt, spaghetti belt? Do you think I'd really do that? Do you think you have that low an opinion of me that I would do that? Because you're wrong. It would be a 20-kilometer long sushi belt, and it would be the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. And I've got to don the mask. All right. I gotta wear the cat mask. You aren't wrong though. I would design everything wrong. I would immediately regret it, and I'd make it 20-kilometer long. Yeah, I think I'll put the mask on again. You're quite right. Put me back in my darkness. Anyway, so that's the plan. We could do that. Anyway, I don't see where my mouse cursor is because it's hidden in paint. But look, I don't know. I've got a couple of weeks to think about what I'm going to do. Part of me wants to make a sushi belt, but I have to acknowledge that there is no way in heck a sushi belt would work. Can I see out of this thing? Absolutely. It's difficult. And when I take it off, the first thing I'll do is complain about how much light I can see because it's going to be very, very bright. This is the way I wear sunglasses now, I've decided. I don't wear sunglasses. I just put on this cat mask and walk around town. That's not a true story. I don't do that. But when I take it off, it's going to be very, very bright, and I will complain about it. Because, you know, after wearing this thing for 5-10 minutes, meow meow, indeed. After wearing this thing for 5-10 minutes, it gets, you know, you get used to the lack of light, and then it hurts. How are we going over here? Oh. I don't know what I expected, but I sort of expected, you know, more things to come through. Oh, you know what? I see where the problem is. Yeah, the cat mask is... The cat mask is a thing that exists. It was a gift from my mother. She was like, hey, Seif, do you want a cat mask? And I was like, yes. Oh, yeah, no. We will make it so... Like, the cells are going to be much bigger. So, for instance, like, see these 1x1s? These might actually be like 5x5s and just designated around making the algae chains that you will need. We are not going to have these tiny little cells in C block for one reason. I mean, one of these cells is probably too small anyway. And it just won't work. So we will have to rely on trains more. Excuse me. We will have to rely on trains more. And you all know what that means. Seif can't manage trains very well. So it'll get jammed up like nobody's business, and that'll be funny. It'll be super irritating. For me. Every time I do this, I'm like, maybe I'm better at trains now. Maybe I understand how not to make those mistakes again. It's bold to assume that I've learned. That means you have more things from the bingo. Absolutely. The bingo was originally designed for space exploration, if I'm not incorrect. But hey, there's no reason why we can't use the bingo for more things. Do have a little bit of a layout coming out soon. It's going to make the screen a little bit smaller, but it's going to be a little bit better design, so it's not just going to be like a big screen of just Factorio. I don't know if I'll use it for everything, but I'll give it a go, see how I like it. It is currently in design at the moment, so look forward to that. I saw the first draft of it today, got to make a few more changes to it, but it doesn't quite fit with the screen, but we'll get there. because it also doesn't help that the webcam is slightly reduced in the side, so that way, you know, Panda can enter and leave the room without anyone seeing her. Because, you know, she's allowed to have her privacy. Because I'm being a doofus on the internet doesn't mean she has to be. How do the mechanics work? Well, the mechanics don't work great anymore. They don't really work so much as it's just praying and hoping that it works. That's all we've really got. There's not really any intelligent design in this anymore. There was for a time, but it made me get 25 frames. And I don't need to tell you why 25 frames was an issue. The only thing I really have is a couple of switches that turns things off. And even then, I'm not really sure that's really helping much. So it's not really working, Zinda. But I like to pretend that it does, because that makes me feel good about myself. Now, the hope is that more resources are coming out this side. What we could do, here's a thought, here's a weird thought. If we really want to filter the resources this way, we just make it less enticing for them to come this way by making a yellow belt, right? So it won't get jammed up. It'll get jammed up a little bit here. What really matters is it looks like more comes through that side. Probably would work better if we went from blue belt to yellow belt. There are multiple mechanics, but we are using none of them. Man, I really wish I had a counter argument to that, but there is none. There is no counter argument to that whatsoever, unfortunately. I mean, people have told me about other ways that it could be done. But we are doing none of them. That is quite correct. And we will put a yellow belt on the other side of that. Hopefully direct things more this way. So we're at 4% of rocket silo. That's pretty good. I'm going to take the mask off now. And gosh, it's bright every time. I told you I'd complain about it because it is bright. And when I'm streaming, I try to go with a stream of consciousness, which is as annoying as it is interesting. Okay, so what is going on with purple? Still lack of stone. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so if we can get more stone into the factory, I was about to call. Oh, well, there's your problem. Literally had no way of getting stone in the first place. I would not feel all alone. Everybody must get stone. I would not feel so alone. I don't really know the song. Okay. So that'll allow more stone and will hopefully produce more purple science. Never mind, this side has all the stone you can ever want. Problem is it has no steel. Oh, great. Occasionally we make steel when we feel like it, but not often. Happens. I'm looking at my productivity modules. They're very clear to see. Like, it's a very distinctive cell, but I always lose them regardless. You know what? I don't think we need any more of those for now. I can turn that off. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately we built this sushi base much like I build many things, which is just a casual, reckless disregard for any sort of logic. It does work, sort of. Oh yeah, we wanted to get more stone. There's video to visualize the sushi train idea. Also on the Discord. You know what? I will click on that. Let's have a watch. Let's do a live react to that, shall we? I have open Chrome. Train sushi belt. Train sushi loop concept. Okay. Oh goodness, it's just one train. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh no. That's wow. Okay, that that is an option. God, could you imagine me making something that would work like that? I mean, at least in base Factorio that would be possible. C-block is really the ultimate destroyer of any theories I've got. Which is why I kind of want to do it. I don't want to hurt myself. Each wagon can be loaded with plates, and after a few stops, each wagon has science packs. Or the whole train can be loaded with a mix to give more wiggle room. Yeah, maybe. Goodness, the whole idea is terrifying to me. Okay, we are lacking steel. Not really a new problem. You have to fill in what's in the stations. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Let's add some more productivity here. Maybe that'll help. Now the question is how we go in here, and I imagine not great is the actual answer. Oh, interesting. Every time iron comes down from here, it should immediately go in here. He says, acknowledging things not actually going in there. I think we might need to slow down the copper a little bit. That's been even number of cars in each segment. That does make, yeah, that would make sense. Okay, let's slow down the copper just a tad. Okay, this is what I want. Oh, there's not much. Okay, never mind. So we're going to turn copper ore to -1, which I believe turns off that side. Yeah. Now that's fine. That just gives more copper an opportunity to come down here. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of pre-planning. I don't know if I can be counted on to do that sort of planning. As Gosen says, very soon I'll regret it and then wonder why I've done this to myself. And he's not wrong. He is not wrong at all. Okay. Oh, we're lacking batteries? Really? I thought we were making too many batteries, if anything. Batteries. Not nat trees, that's a different thing. Batteries. Yeah, we are making too many batteries. Way too many batteries, in fact. So, is the other idea that... There's the problem. It's not actually connected to anything. Filter... I don't know. That. Okay, so that's why we were never making yellow science here, because it was never making anything. Nah. Let's not lie about such things. Million hours of Factorio. Well, we're only at... What are we at these days? 1,679 hours. Yeah, we're not at enough hours yet to learn about such wizardry. Look, I'm not a wizard, okay? That's what you need to know about me. Things you need to know about SeiferKatt. Not a wizard. That's it. That's all you need to know about SeiferKatt. Probably is not a cat either. It's just his name. Really likes cats though, so I guess that's important. Not a wizard, not a cat. Could be a cat wizard though, we're really not sure. Is an enigma. Meows at birds. Anyone can use without succumbing to the warp as a wizard. Ouch. Are we bringing out heresy again? Is that what you're doing? You're calling me a heretic again? Here I am just trying to put on a lovely stream and you're just over here calling me a heretic? Rude. I'm not really trying to put on a lovely stream, I'm just trying to put on a stream in general. And if I succumb to heresy throughout it, I mean, you know, there's only so much you can do in a day. Sometimes one just falls to heresy, that's just life. Have I run out of production modules? Productivity modules? Probably not. Maybe I shouldn't turn those off then, huh? I thought 70 would be enough, but I guess we've used that many. Where is it? It's very distinctive. It's on the screen, I'll see it. I can't see it. There it is, it's up. It was very close, it was only 2 cells away from me. Okay, well, clearly I have no idea what I'm talking about again. Nothing new. Which one of these makes more? That one, I suppose, because it's actually made... Oh, I realize what I've done. I did have enough. I just put them all into production. I'm a fool. Also, I could have just taken these ones. It's fine. We get there in the end, that's what matters. We're at 7% to the rocket silo, that is the last... Yeah, I know, right? We all got our problems. My problem is that I have to play with me every day. That sounded way worse in my head. It sounded way worse when I said it aloud. But look, we're making 3 purple sciences again. And we'll construct more iron, like to put some productivity in those iron boys. Do we even dare pushing everything this side? I believe we should dare. To not dare would be foolhardy. And are we fools? Don't anyone answer if I'm a fool. I don't need that in my life right now. I already know the answer. The answer is a little, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Plastic is doing very well. One could argue too well. And what we need to do is we need to create that legendary 3x3, the one that they said should never exist, the one that God and science has both rejected. Wait, is that right? Have I put that in the right place? I have not. Yeah, it is the only way to make this safe. I feel like I just undid a bunch of stuff that I actually did need. That's alright, we will find that stuff later. Damn it, every time my mouse just shifts just the tiniest little bit. Does it go in or out? I forget. Goes out. That would make sense. Well, actually, some of them are going to go both directions, aren't they? So maybe we'll... I don't know. Oh, you know what? I thought my mouse had some drift. I know what it is. Ah, it's not my mouse. It's not that my mouse has been drifting. It's that this is happening again. Can't see it, but my controller moves the. That's why it's usually unplugged. But of course, I had it plugged in the other day when I was playing Hollow Knight. Ah, okay. It's been a while since that problem's existed. Here I was thinking I kept clicking things by, like, making other mistakes. But no. By the way, if you like Hollow Knight, check out my gameplay where I'm playing Hollow Knight. You don't have to, it's totally up to you, but wait a second. Why was that going the wrong way for a second there? Who knows? Which also means that's going to happen a few times to us while we're playing Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's really fun. I mean, that's not really new information to anyone because it's pretty well renowned, but Hollow Knight's still a good game. Just want to let people know that. And if you're wanting to check out my stream on that, I mean, keep an eye on the channel during the times that I'll be playing it, because the hell, why is this? Why are you doing this game? Okay, now we're going to remove all this inside bits. Oh no. Okay, we're going to cause problems here, but that's alright. It's that or I have to wear the hat, and I don't want to wear the hat. Factory planner. No, factory planners are people who have plans. Me? Oh, just guessing. So what we do... Yeah, I haven't been using Finay in a while, that's true. I haven't needed to. I'm a professional Factorio player now. One of the best, they might say. Who would say that, you ask? Just a lot of people say it. Don't worry about it. You know, professionals say, man, this is one thing. Sneaky plan to bully him to. The problem is, what you don't realize is sometimes when people try to bully me into things, I actually just do the complete opposite. Which is not ideal. Yeah, I just start to do the opposite because I'm like, no, you don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. And then it's bad. Okay, new plan. We dismantle all of this, including, oh god, oh god, oh no. Let's put those there. Here we go. Yeah, how are we feeling about this now? Feeling pretty good. You know, aside from this part that's going backwards. Aside from the backwards part, there's lots of backwards parts. Cute. Yeah, sometimes I get really stubborn when people try to tell me what to do, and I just go, no, I'm going to do the complete opposite now. And that's how we get into situations like this. Everyone just sort of sits back and goes, explains a lot, actually. Reverse psychology. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just, I'll do whatever seems easiest for me. So, again, reverse psychology doesn't work particularly well either because, you know, I'm already doing it. I'm already doing the thing I want to do. I'm like a child. I cannot be stopped. A very stupid child at that. My wife said I couldn't use Factory Planner. That's fine. I agree with her. See? That doesn't work. Also, no offense to Panda, but if she's giving me Factorio advice, then we're in a weird state of the world. She does not play Factorio. The reverse of random is still random. Yeah, well, what about infinity plus 1, huh? Huh? What number's that? No, she's not going to play Factorio. Not her jam. I think she's just more than happy to just know that I'm happily playing it. Yeah. It's an interesting plan. But... What's her jam? Souls games? She doesn't play a lot of games. She plays the occasional game every now and then, but she's not big into video games. Yeah, we are way low on steel, I know. She tends to be reading while I'm playing, so... that's her jam. She reads a lot. None of those are real. Yeah, like a book. Reads a lot of books. Really enjoys it. What the book, Panda? What genre? I mean, she sort of reads every genre. She reads a lot. It really does. There's always a book arriving, one way or another. She tries to get me to read sometimes, but all I read is comic books, and she's like, you know what, that's the best I'm going to get. I'll just have to consider that a success. Yeah, she enjoys reading. So that's what she's doing now, probably. 11%, 12% in fact, hell yeah. We're getting there. And then we need to figure out how to actually make the rocket itself. Right, because we need to make the rocket silo. How are we going with percentages? Got about 20% there, about 24% there, and about 18% there. So yeah, we're probably lacking a few things. Silo is easier. Remember, you only need 720. That's true, but I'm only at about 200 of each. It's probably fine though. We don't have beacons, so it's probably not going to be made that quickly. Electric circuits, they are coming through the best they can. Iron, we've got a lot of iron ore coming out from up there, or from down there rather. Do we have a... We do have an iron refinery over here. Beekeeping mod replaces beacon with beacons? I would hope so. Otherwise it sounds like they've really missed an opportunity there. Yeah, we're making steel and we're trying to increase productivity for it. I don't know if that's going to help much, but it's certainly trying, and maybe that's important that it tries. The shortage does still appear to be purple science. Yellow science seems to be more or less okay. But we've still got a lot of iron ore just wandering around the base, which I'm not super happy about. Part of me is wondering if we should just put another refinery here, like another forge. And I think why not? At the very least it's building more stuff, and that's fun. Building is fun. We may very well run out of red belts in a moment. I say that looking at the red belts being at 4, and now at 0. Yeah, okay, we ran out. We knew that was coming though. What else does the beekeeping mod add? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I suppose bees would be my guess, but why? Why does it add bees? The last game that I played that had bees was Autonauts. That had bees, and you had to look after them. You had to make stuff using the honey. Autonauts was a fun game, and I'm sad that no one really could be the bee's knees. Absolutely. Autonauts is a fun game, and I really wish it didn't sort of really bog down in like the mid game. I quite enjoyed it. But it was very long. But I did like the idea of I see it, thank you. I did like the having robots build other robots which would train other robots to do work. That was fun. You basically created some sort of terrible robot revolution. But unfortunately the base robots were programmed by myself, and so be aggressive. Indeed. So the real problem was the fact that I was involved in every step of the robot's creation, even with the automation, because the bots do what you show them to do, and if you had bad design there, if you did something stupid, then the bots would also be stupid. So you know, I can't really blame the robots for that. How are we going with copper? I'd imagine copper's probably reduced quite a lot. Quite a lot might be an overstatement. Purple science is slow, yeah. Mostly due to steel or stone, depending on what part of the base you're on. Also, coal has really driven up everything, right? Look at all that coal. What's it doing? Wasting everybody's time is what it's doing. That would be the last of the copper here. And then we'd have to turn this on. Hello, Smithers. You are good at turning me on. Alright, I suppose... What's the problem with purple science over here? Steel. Yeah, it's reasonable. That's a usual problem around here. You have a steel machine over here. It has made some steel. It's made like 200 steel, which is some, but not nearly enough. That is absolutely crammed chock-a-full with stuff we don't need. So let's go up there. See if we can speed up the belts and see if we can bring some of it down a bit faster. Because that's not great. And we do need more steel, and we're not getting more steel unless we get that iron over here. So the funny thing is, this is actually all going to be refined pretty easily once it gets here. I don't know if that's actually funny. I mean, that's really up to you what you consider funny, I suppose. If you consider that funny, then the funny thing. And if you don't consider that funny, then I mean, I don't give a crap. Whatever. As long as you're happy, right? I'm really dismissive there. I'm sorry. I don't know what was up with that. Okay, so if we can just get this made a little bit faster. Let's make that side a little bit faster. And then you killed Mufasa. And then no, it was an accident. Some be a dumb shit. Okay. Right, so that gets stuff through a little bit better. That improves the throughput, which is what every Factorio player lusts to hear. Find Doug funny? Oh god. Was that because I mentioned something Disney? Is that where we went with that? Or have I just made a very weird old connection there? No. No, that is too, like, chancy to not be... That's absolutely... No. Really? You weren't just making a Doug reference? Like, Doug funny? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Doug was, I believe, made by Disney. I don't think it was. Hang on. I don't think you're right. I don't think Doug's Nickelodeon at all. Oh! Shit! I apologize, sir. It was. It's just on Disney Plus. Okay, no, I apologize. I apologize. Oh, wait. Season 5 to 7. I'm back! But it says Nickelodeon, so I don't really know. So to the later seasons of Doug. Okay. But anyway. I have not thought about Doug in quite some time. One would say too long, I would say not long enough. Okay, so that should speed up the copper, sorry, the iron coming down. And slow it down coming back up. Hey, Kilissa Squid, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, so I think this may have helped. I'm really not sure. Like, iron is definitely building up here. So, I mean, that's something. I don't think we've ever had you be noodly. Alright. Cool. Keep it up. Oh, right, in response to how you doing. I hope noodly is alright. Look, I'm doing alright. Thank you for asking. We're getting there in this very weird factory run. It's certainly not the way you're supposed to play Factorio, but it does something. It certainly does something. I don't know if noodly is a good way to be. I assume it's good. But at the same time, reasons make me apprehensive. No. No soul burn. I don't doubt noodly, I'm just not sure what it means. Like, I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Is it good to be noodly? I don't know. Not really a doubt, it's just a unsure. I'm not pressing X on this, but I'm certainly watching the man screw up his face and be like, I don't know about this. Surely there's got to be a place called that. That is that's a good joke, and surely someone's made it. There is a place that does Asian food in Auckland called White and Wong's. I love that. That's a good one. But I'd like to fight about it. Fight about what? That I don't know something? No. I don't want to fight about anything. Crafted. Aha! Yeah, I can imagine that some people were not comfortable about that one. My noodle versus you dumb. Well, look, my dumb wins every time, so ha. Anyway, I don't know why you're coming to the chat being aggressive. I know, I'm assuming you're probably joking though. We've got way too much plastic. We need to slow that roll. We got out of copper plate. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that we sort of turn copper off for a little while. So let us slow the plastic down and speed the copper up by, as usual, going negative numbers. Okay, so that's going to turn that on, which is going to turn all this on. We have sped up a couple of things, but the problem is all the copper comes from up here. Like, there's no other places we get copper from. We could expand out that way and get copper from there. That might help to an extent. Alright, I will not ask any more questions. Okay, so. That's even farther away than the existing patch. Yeah, but then it's got another way of going, that's the thing. Maybe it'll help. So we'll start building out that way. It might help, it might not, who knows. It is further out, I know, but I'm really not sure. I mean, look, more copper existing is probably good. Maybe. And we'll do sort of a dumb thing about getting the... Yeah, iron's been very good to me. Copper's been less so. Not really a better way to do it though. But we've got copper coming through again, so that's good. Oh, I realized we've actually kind of got the copper always coming through here anyway. Well, if I'd done it properly, which I haven't. So that's probably the real trick. I miss jetpacks. Jetpacks are the best. That and building a ton of exoskeletons. That's also pretty good. How many legs do I have? Only one. Severe lack of legs. I know. Well, because legs are a pain. To build legs means you have to have, like, processing units and electric engines, and I don't carry those around. Also, I've got a fish on my inventory. Yeah, I should do that. Maybe the next mod I play, I'll do that. Alien biome has slowdown on certain grounds. Yeah, I remember, it's on sand, right? I was just walking across sand, it was slow. Yeah, that's sushi belt. Everything's on the belt. More or less. Maybe not everything. You can't go too far with everything on the belt. But what would you like to know about that? Probably should go grab my bots. Random yellow splitters kill you? Well, red splitters are really expensive, man. I get it. I fully understand, but they are expensive, and I don't really have that sort of iron. Because they require, like, red splitters require not as much as I thought they did. I was thinking fast underground belts. Okay, well, we're working on them. They are being made in 2 separate places. And so hopefully that will help. Remember what Factorio was like before they had cliffs? I mean, just casually asking that one. Like that was some bold innovation. You weren't there. Well, let me put it in context. There were no cliffs. There wasn't really much more to go on that one, I'm afraid. Well, that's going the wrong way. That would have been something I'd find like 20 minutes later. In the weirdest way and be like, how long has it been like that? But yeah, I mean, cliffs weren't actually that big a change. It was just they didn't used to exist and now they do. That's really about it. Okay, so very few things should come through this way. I mentioned efficient. I've heard of efficiency, yeah. It is a thing that people have mentioned to me. And I said I don't know what that is, and then they tried to explain it to me and I banned them. No, that didn't happen. I didn't ban anyone. I haven't banned anyone for, aside from spammers, for Quite some time. Haven't had a need to. It's quite nice. Upon saying that, someone will make it a need for me to do it. The C for efficient is only prefixed by in. Efficientin. I'm aware that's not how a prefix works. Alright, so we're at more copper mine. Okay. No, the Bloodbelts had to go. There were too many things going in and out of the Bloodbelts every second, and basically it was going down to about 25 frames per second. It was bad. So we had to abandon them, sadly. And I'm very distraught about it because I loved it. And it would have worked as well. That's the thing that annoys me. It would have actually done some great things. Because we could just have all production going and it would make sure that the production would be more or less about right. But yeah, no. It's interesting that it wasn't the circuitry that was causing the problem. It was just the... It would have worked, yeah. I mean, it's probably just going to be like a long, long time before such things will work. Just the processes just aren't there. That's alright. Steel is a bit of a problem. Steel should be coming down. Technology just isn't there yet, absolutely. Still in favor of randomized trains. You know what? There's been discussion about randomized trains today. No, actually, I think Valdek was talking about quite configured trains. But we all know how that would end with me, that it would end with very randomized trains. Also, science for the rocket silo is at 21%. That's very exciting. We need to consider making concrete. Now, the good news is concrete requires iron ore, and you know what? We've got a lot of on the belt. We never once considered that was going to be useful somewhere, did we? And here we are. Okay, so let's go to the legendary 3x3. There's a few cells that are off. I know, it hurts, but there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, it's usually about 2. I think when I had a template for the long boys, as I called them, it was weird in its organization and it doesn't work. What else do we need? Stone bricks, okay. So iron ore, which is actually super easy to get because it's on the bus. Brilliant. Can't plan for anything better than that. Okay, and then we have a machine that we have no space for. How are these going? 28, nice. 27, nice. 22, almost 23. Barely an inconvenience, exactly. So there is advantages to this build. Not many, but they do exist. Science is actually really easy as well because you just sort of bring everything into it. And it just sort of works. It's strange, but the advantage is content. I suppose. So this continues to spit out like a lot of iron ore. The iron ore is coming down and it is getting manufactured? Yeah. Things are coming down. I just don't know if it's coming down quite as much as I need them to, but hey, welcome to the factory, right? Nothing ever goes quite the speed I want it to. Because that is a sushi belt for you. A badly planned sushi belt. I think we need to turn red science off for a little while as well. I'm seeing a lot of red science wandering around, and I don't know where their chaperones are, so let's stop that. Probably green science as well, honestly. Actually, I think we've already turned down green science. Blue probably needs to be turned off as well, which might cause problems with engines and other such things, but maybe it'll be okay. So turning off red science, no. Yes, that's right. Do we turn off green science? Let's turn off all the sciences other than the ones we desperately need. We could always turn them back on again. Red science we've been making a lot of for a long time, and I think we can legally turn it off for a while. Because there is a bit much of it existing. Actually, put them all on that side. So, yeah, we've got too much red science here. There's not much we can do about that. It'll get consumed eventually. We got 23% for the rocket silo. Very exciting. A lot of people very excited about 23%. Yeah, it's like all Factorio runs that I tend to run. That last science takes the longest time because it's 1,000 science, guys. That's so much science. I'm not being facetious, but also that is a lot of science when you're running this inefficiently. We could probably turn off coal as well. Although we may have already done it. How much science did the later space exploration science need? The problem was space exploration wasn't too bad. It was SpaceX for C block that was a problem, where you needed like 1.2 million red, 1.2 million green. No, sorry, 1 million green, 800,000 blue, and then 600,000 of everything else, and then 200,000 space. That was a pain. But, you know, you got to do it. Because that is how the system works. Concrete. Let's make concrete. Oh, we need water as well. Well, you know what? We can just bring the water from here. Fine. Not like it's going to take much water. So how much concrete do we need? We need 1,000 concrete, and this makes 10 concrete each. I don't know how it... Space exploration was bad, yeah. I mean, to be fair, space exploration I did cheat to finish it. Just because, quite frankly, I wasn't going to generate like 36 or 64 more of like space science 4. That was just... It wasn't even space science. What was it called? Deep space science. It just wasn't worth the time that was going to take. And that, again, would have been fine if arcospheres weren't just an absolute dick to manage. Which reminds me, I never did look at someone else's arcosphere system. Belek, did you ever finish? I know you were working on it. Or did you just get to arcospheres and decide to call it quits then? Okay, still getting the resources in, that's fine. Copper, 24%. Yeah, arcospheres was the problem. I never quite got the hang of that. It required a little bit more circuitry knowledge than I have, and I also could not be bothered to do it like a 5th time. So I mean, my options were just wait around for like 20 hours to get it done, or learn, and I wasn't learning. Learning's for chumps. No, it's not. That's a joke. Okay, purple science, how we doing? We are still lacking a lot of steel. We're lacking steel on this side as well. We are, yeah. Things are spinning. Do we have too many green chips again? Yeah, we kind of do. Let's tone down the green chips again. Actually, let's do even more than tone them down. Let's turn them off for a bit. We'll keep an eye on it, of course. We don't want to turn them off for long. But just for like maybe half an hour or so. Just so that way they can get consumed. So they will still make some for a while, but yeah, we were making 200 a minute and consuming... That doesn't sound right. No, we're about right on green electric circuits, actually. It doesn't look like it, but production is 214 a minute in the last hour. Consumption is 209. I mean, that's only 2 more a minute into the belt. Just looks like there's a lot, I guess. Plastics. How are we doing for plastics? That looks like a problem. Plastics. In the last hour, we have been producing 221 per minute and consuming 129. Okay, so we probably can tone down plastics a bit. Again, another one we're going to have to keep an eye on. Copper is existing. Maybe we could actually just turn that to -1. I don't really want them to completely stop existing. This looks like a problem for future Seif. Every problem is a problem for future Seif. That's how Seif gets by in life. And also, the good thing is it gives future Seif something to do. Because if all his problems were fixed, then what would he do later? No one knows. He probably wouldn't do anything. It'd be a waste of everyone's time. So, future Seif creates problems. Well, past Seif creates problems for future Seif. And then future Seif is like, hey, I got things to do. You know, and he thanks past Seif for giving him work. And purpose and meaning. Okay, it'll probably result in more iron. In fact, if it comes this way, it will, yeah. I don't ever think we really get into a position where we don't have enough iron. Sorry, I don't think we get into a position where we do have enough iron. That context is very important. Oh, look at that! Look at that! The purple science roaming the ground. I'm gonna follow it. In fact, I'm not even gonna follow it. And make sure it gets there in style. There's my purple signs I was following. Oops. Wait, crap, wait, no. I've lost my purple signs now. Don't worry, I'll find a new one. The belt madness is going, I mean, are you asking like my personal madness around having this belt? It's going alright. The insanity gets worse every day, but that's alright. I'm right now just following a purple science around. Why? Because I can. It's not really going anywhere of particular use. I've never really done this for anything. It's kind of not gone anywhere yet, but maybe it'll go somewhere this time. Oh, hey, it's gone. It's going this way. Chase it down. Don't let it go. I don't think there's any labs this way, guy. My dude. Yeah, the belt madness. I mean, part of that could mean like the madness of making this belt, and the other part could be, have you gone insane? And the answer is, yeah, kinda. Oh god, now I'm just spinning on my own. There's my friend. Chase my friend. It's probably not even the same one. I don't even know. The belt madness has taken hold. Point is, there is purple science on the belt. There is science down this way. I know there's science down this way. Where is that purple science gone? I don't know, I've lost it. I've lost my friend. You know what, you're my new friend. Hello, new friend. Don't. Please come down here. Hey, he's come down the right way. Oh my goodness. This might go somewhere. It's probably not going to, but it might. It's had to travel quite a distance to get here. Then before it goes back up. Yep, off it goes. Goodbye. We're so close. There is more purple science though. That's going back up. There is a lot more purple science on the belt than I thought there would be, now that I'm looking at it. Hey look, one's actually working. One got there. Oh. Oh no, yellow science is a problem now. Well, that probably explains why I'm seeing purple on the belt and not yellow. Okay, so what's the problem with yellows? They lack discipline. And low densities. Okay, well we can make low densities, that's easy enough. Maybe make a low density down there, that's probably a good idea. What is the problem here? It's lack of copper. Yeah, that's not surprising actually. Really wish we had another copper mine that wasn't just in the middle of gosh darn nowhere. But you know, that's life. What I really want is deep core miners. Deep core miners would be wonderful right about now. There does appear to be copper ore down here. That's fascinating and scary. Also, that should be spinning, I think. It's not really going anywhere. It was going down to that coal and I thought I needed it, but I didn't. But well, there was already a copper refinery here. Well, is this what they mean when people talk about their city block base? Because this seems very confusing, if that's what they mean. They're very proud of it. I know it's not. But it does kind of look like a city block of sorts. Is there any value to making steel over here? There's not no value of it. Like, steel is absolutely necessary. Wow. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Like, you know, it's trolly to suggest it, but to actually do it is the real thing. That'd be pretty amazing. I mean, I assume that these streets that are being renamed are like previously Russian named streets. That would be my guess, because that is why you'd probably rename a street like that, especially now. It's pretty trolly. And look, honestly, I love a good troll. I don't know if it's a good idea to be trolling international politics, but hey, I'm not a politician or an international. I'm not an international politician, so I don't know. It is very trolly though, and I respect the troll. That should do stuff? No, not quite. Because, I mean, at some point this war will end, and then it'll be like, well, what are you going to do about it now? You can't just leave the name like that, can you? You know, and then in which case, did you just change it just to make a troll for like a short time? And people might do that. People gonna people. The thing I like about steel is it takes up like 8 iron or something ridiculous like that. And that's kind of nice. How much? 5 iron, okay. 5, okay. C block is 8, I think. Yeah, it's a real hassle for anyone there, but I mean, also it'd be weird. I'm just saying, it'd be weird saying that you live on Ukrainian Hero Street. Yeah. Well, there you have it. I mean, it's like when people like America was renaming French bread to be freedom bread. Didn't change anything. It was just weird. Good old freedom bread and freedom fries. Yeah. I remember that. No, there was freedom bread as well. Don't. It was freedom bread. It's all just very strange. I'm tired of looking at this factory. I'm looking forward to it being done. I think every factory, by the time I'm about this stage of it, I'm just like, I'm just done with it. I just want it to be over. But you got to see it through, right? You don't get this far along and then not see it through. You Googled freedom bread? It's just baguettes. Baguettes were renamed to be freedom bread. Freedom bread New Zealand? Hang on. What the hell is freedom bread New Zealand? That was an American thing. We weren't calling them freedom bread. Ooh, I got freedom New Zealand COVID protest, but then again, I think I was searching that. No, I don't. No, I don't forget something. It was It was a thing. It was a thing. It was the same time that you had freedom fries. No, it's not what I'm talking about. There was freedom toast, not just not French toast. It was freedom toast. Okay. Anyway, no one calls it French bread. That's not true. We call it French bread. We call it French bread all the time. Baguettes is named after. Baguettes are called French bread. That might be a New Zealand thing, which really just goes back to that point of freedom bread. But freedom bread wasn't the same thing. We weren't calling baguettes freedom bread. So yeah, maybe they weren't calling it freedom bread because okay, in US it's just baguette. Okay, so maybe there wasn't freedom bread. New Zealand wasn't calling French fries freedom fries though. Like, we didn't really give that much of a damn. I mean, some people probably did, but in general, we didn't. Copper would be lovely to have down here. 30. Oh, we're about halfway. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Okay, the science is 32%. I swear every time you say the percentage number is a number, it always goes up by one just to spite you. So can you please just say 32% for me, please? Just because it spites you every time you do it. I'd love to be at 33%. They'd be like, hey, I'm 1/3 of the way there. I was talking about the building stuff that I need for the ship. That's what I was referring to. This cat has lost its face. I got a little stressed toy cat, but it's lost most of its face now. It's only got one eye. It's lost its little face. It had little stripes on the back, and now it doesn't. Been absolutely squeezed the hell out of. I say squeeze the shit out of, but that hasn't happened. That'd be gross. We're playing What the Shirt. Speaking of cats, What the Shirt. Okay, today's shirt is cats. Cats are falling through portals. You got their little cat butts as well. I don't know if you can see that well, but little cat butts. They're all falling through portals, falling infinitely. But you know they'll still land on their feet because cats. So that has been What the Shirt. Thank you for playing. Little X cat butts. Hell yeah. It's the only way you do it, right? How else would you draw a cat butt? There's probably other ways, but you probably shouldn't. We slowed down sulfur production, which is probably fine. Copper will be making its way here when it feels like it. Steel, a very similar story. Yeah, it's doing alright. What do you reckon, guys? Will we have this done by next session? Well, a 4-hour session should get this done, right? That'd be nice. It'd be nice to get another Factorio thing done and dusted. One day I might even finish uploading C-Block. I haven't done it for the last few days, of maybe a week or so, so maybe I should really get onto that. Oh, it's got so little left to go. It's really hard to build the motivation to just click some buttons and make it happen. There's no real accepting reason why I haven't done it.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Thank you for following It's Okay, Boomer. Really appreciate you joining us. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going down to get some red circuits. No, circuits, sorry, belts. We've got like 20 red belts there, or splitters, and we've got 89 red belts. Yeah, it's not many, but it's something. We turned off that plastic. That's right, we turned off all the plastic, didn't we? That's steel production? It is. Excellent. I could use some more efficient steel production. Probably some more efficient, honestly, more efficient everything would probably be pretty good at this point. And maybe we will have another lab situation over here. Not a big lab, just a little lab. Okay, so that'll get some of the science off the belt. Not seeing a lot of green science, that's kind of a concern. It is a concern. Where's all my green science? Yeah, you know what? You're out of green science as well, aren't you? Oh dear. Okay, we've got to turn green science back on for a little while then. Turn it on to -2. We'll just really boost the hell out of the green science. I mean, it's going to shoot like about 100 into it when I just do this immediately. So we'll let it do that for a second. Get all that green science out of the way. And then we'll change it to -1. And that'll half the speed. And you'll note if you look in certain places, just get a lot of green science around, which is good. That'll find its way into research stations eventually, and we'll see where we go from there. Oh, look at yellow. That's cute. Almost got all the colors there. No purples. That's all right. We don't really need more blues. Yeah, everything's going all right. A lot of batteries. I don't know if we need to slow that roll down at all, but we are moving. We are moving. We are shamovin'. And we need more steel. And we're at 34%. You know what? And given the time, that's probably a good time to end for tonight. So let me just stand on a belt so we can go on a journey, and we'll call it for tonight. So thank you everyone very much for joining me. If you have enjoyed today and you are not currently following, please do consider giving a follow. I'd really appreciate it. And it'd be the best way to come back to this madness. I typically stream Factorio 3 nights a week. That is Mondays, which is today, Thursdays, which is not today, and Saturdays, which I don't need to tell you is also not today. You can, however, also, and thank you, you can also find this episode and all the others of this series and other series on youtube.com/SeiferKatt. That is where I post these episodes, usually a little bit later because I'm very lazy, but we get there eventually. That's the important thing. Also, sorry, I forgot to say, if you're already following and you're here, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. I always got to thank the people who are already here. That's always important. Thank you for following, everyone. If you would like, you can subscribe, and that will get your name in lights. If not in this run, then in the next one as well, because, you know, we'll make sure everyone gets their name in lights as soon as we can in the next build. So all active subscribers get their name in lights. Or at least when we start, and then go from there. I've also started a Hollow Knight run recently. I've only gone one session on that, so about 4 hours. And we're just sort of going through and trying to get to the final end boss. Not the final secret hard, super hard end boss. Screw that, we're not doing that, but we'll do what we can. And that's going to be on another day. I don't know what day that's going to be on. I don't have really a scheduled time for that, but it's going to be once a week. So if you're not sure if you're going to miss that, follow and keep an eye on the channel around 4 hours ago and see what's going on because that's about where I stream. Stream about the same time whenever I'm streaming. But I don't have a scheduled time on that because it depends what me and Pans are up to, whether we want to be, watching a movie or playing a board game or something. So it will be once a week though. So I'll give you that. What else can I say? No, I've got nothing else there. The secret stream is not this week. It's not a secret stream. It's not a secret stream if I told you that it's going to happen. But the Hollow Knight will not be happening tomorrow. It does not happen on Tuesdays, and it very rarely will happen on Fridays. So it'll typically be Sunday or Wednesday. But yeah. There is also a donation button below. Do not feel like you have to click it. Do not feel like you have to donate. But I appreciate it. And it works. So that's something nice. It just wires work to get that message. And I am done. So thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.